go to war with me. You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane, it's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes. I take shots to the top, I'll get it. I got one life, I'ma do all the I'm never gonna look back, cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change, slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes.
All right, y'all. Happy Tuesday, October 1st. Welcome to the party. I'm going to bring some guests in. If you are just tuning in, put the kids to bed. This is going to be an adult party. There might be some drinking. There might be some celebrating. There might be a little bit of smoking. Remember, a month ago, I told you guys if the domestic box office. Oh, by the way, this is a domestic box office celebration. I told you guys that if the domestic box office beat my expectations, which I had forecast Q3 to come in for the industry between $2.4 and $2.6 billion, I told you that if it beat those expectations, we would have a little party. You guys have been doing a lot of work going to watch movies. I know I have. And, let's take a night off and celebrate. Look at this. Do you guys remember the shills back in July saying that this quarter was going to be an absolute shambles? How wrong they were. They don't follow the movie industry. They don't know what movies are coming out. We called it to an accuracy of within a percent or so. I had guesstimated up to 2.6 billion. We came in at 2.664, beating last year and beating my own expectations. And hopefully you guys go and watch the video that I just uploaded. I gave you my thoughts for what Q4 is going to look like. I think it's going to look just this good as well. Maybe better. I know some of y'all are hoping for better, but we'll see. Let's bring in our guest tonight and get this box office party started. Uh-oh, I see he's already got the frickin' helmet on. It is the monkey tamer himself, Mediocre Trader. Can you talk in that thing, Mediocre?
I think I can.
All right, woo! Welcome. Let's get our other guest in here.
I also like to live dangerously.
Mike V, welcome, buddy. How you doing? Our perma bull for AMC. Mike, I bet you've been seeing movies over the past 90 days.
I've seen a couple. I'm feeling a bit underdressed, though. You guys are looking very, very
Yeah, we decided to go all out. It's a party, Mike. And Mediocre, all parties start with music and dancing, Mediocre. Should we do a little bit of that?
Absolutely.
Let me see what kind of music I have here. Hang on one second. Let's see what we got.
Let's do this.
Share screen, tab.
Champagne pop too.
Let's kick off this box office celebration in style, Mediocre.
Let's do it.
this shit belongs to the Show us the fucking money. It's time to lay it on me. Cause what's mine is ours. This shit belongs to the army. Gon' need to see them Benjis. We hungry for them tendies. Give us this day our daily bread. Show us the fucking money. This ain't financial advice, just a little DD to help you think twice. We hold for each other, eyes on the prize. The new floor's 200,000 times 5. I joke, I kid, no, I don't know a damn thing. I'm as simple as Bubba trying to sell some damn shrimp. Can't spell IQ, can't even count to 10. And I eat crayons every day with my friends. I think about Kenny in his ivory tower, shaking in his lily boots as the apes overpower. Must suck to lose to monkeys, so dumb. But you made your bed and you got nowhere to run. I'd love to be a fly on the wall when he makes the prize fall. And he watching as we keep on more. You forgot we on the float blind, 2 hours old. Lie, stop breaking the law, asshole. Show us the fucking money. It's time to lay it on me.
Let's go.
Let's go,
Hey, you gotta love it. Strong box office, right, Mike?
Give us this day our daily bread. Show us the fucking money. Yeah, crayon eating Lambo loving smooth brain, stupid ass. Throwing all my money at the streets like a quarterback. If you D don't mean a thing, water up a duck's back. Apes not leaving nothing till we get the money stacks. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey holding till we're blue. Monkey magic coming through us monkeys on the moon. Double digit IQ, tendy loving baboon. Right here we got more smoothies than a jumbo jeans. Probably thought you coulda made us sell all the gooder. In hell we maybe woulda, but we more than the Buddha. The floor 6 figures ain't selling for less. You took on the ape nation and you're fucking with the best. We hold for each other, my sisters and my brothers, the fighters and the lovers. We don't need another fan because we huddle through hard times and struggle cause we just a couple of diamonds in the rough. Show us the fucking money. It's time to lay it on me. Cause what's mine is ours. This shit belongs to the army. Gon' need to see them Benjis. We hungry for them tendies. Give us this day our daily bread. Show us the fucking money.
Woo!
All right, there you go. All right, Tony.
Damn, that helmet's hot.
You better
Great song. Great
you better
song.
get your champagne pop, buddy.
All right. Let's pop some champagne, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't even had a drink yet, mediocre.
I know. That was fun.
Woo!
That was fun. That's for the box office. I mean,
That is
seriously.
yeah, this is a box office celebration. I know some people tried to send folks to the wrong party, mediocre. They said they said there was an AMC party somewhere. This is a box office party, y'all. Woo!
That's right.
2.6.
Cheers, gentlemen. Cheers.
Hang on, trying to pop the bubbly.
Bullish Mike, cheers, my friend.
Trying to pop the bubbly. Hopefully I didn't just shake the bottle up where it goes all over the place. Let's see.
No, mine was good. You just gotta be careful. There you go.
Well, that's a nice
Woo.
sound.
Ah.
What kind of champagne you got? I got the Prosecco, baby.
I got a French Brut. The brand is Ayala from, I think, the northern part of France. Not sponsored. Hey, to all the haters of the movie industry, there's so much more to come, bitches.
Cheers.
Cheers. Salud. Good stuff. All right, let's see how the chat's looking here. Rolf, what's up? Anya, how you doing? Sparky's in the house. Andre, welcome. Headstock Hiram, what's up, buddy? One Stop Print Shop, howdy. Baby UFO does the moonwalk. All right. Vinny Verse, cheers. Let me put some chat up on the screen here. And let's see. Captions. No, I don't want captions. I want chat. Here we go. Mike, how you feeling? I haven't talked to you or heard from you in a while. Tell us what's on your mind, amigo.
I'm feeling good. Box office is good. Looks like it's going to be a profitable quarter for many stocks in the movie industry. So looking forward for the next in about 5 weeks from now to start hearing some earnings and see where we're at.
Early November, we're expecting the movie companies to report earnings. Mike, do you have any thoughts about Q4 box office? Let's talk about that, because I already hear the fucking shills and the shorts and the dumbasses saying it's not even going to get over 1.8 billion.
What do you think about
their accuracy rate for predicting Q3 was pretty horrible. I can't believe they already are nailing themselves to the cross with predictions for Q4. What do you got, Mike? I already put my number out on a video about an hour ago.
So I will put it out there. I expected about 2.7 billion, so I was a little bit on the high end.
I'm being conservative, as I often do.
Yeah.
And I'm saying 2.4 to 2.6. But I will tell you, as I was going through all the movies for Q4, as I did for Q3, and putting all my estimates using all of my super secret contacts in Hollywood, you know, because I have a long history as an actor. I came up with about 1.8 billion from the wide releases in Q3. And then we add all the limiteds for Q4, Mike. All the wide releases, my estimate is 200 million higher. So if you kind of use that pattern, you might be exactly right, because I'm already 200 million ahead of where my estimate was for Q3. But there's some of these movies that we have high hopes for, the tent poles for Q4, that I'm not quite certain about. So I'm going to ratchet down my prediction to be safe.
Yeah, so I use hsx.com for movie estimates. So it's a little game website where people bet on the domestic box office of different movies. They trade them like stocks. So really? It's a good website.
Wait, you have another place where we can speculate on the industry, Mike? What is it called?
Yeah, 100%. There's no money involved. It's just it's a free game thing. So it's called hsx.com, and the movies trade as if they were stocks. But what I really enjoy about it, it crowdsources information from thousands of people that are interested in movies to kind of guess where domestic box office will end up for these movies. So going through that source and looking through what we have in Q4, it looks exactly the same thing. It's about 200 million higher than what Q3 came out to be. So, but I was high, and I tend to be a little bit aggressive with my movie.
You were high when you were like reading the website, or?
No, I was high on Q3.
Oh, on your estimate. Okay.
That's not good for you. Try to live the clean life, get some favors from the guy there. But when I looked at Q4, kind of compiled all the numbers, I'm seeing something there. So right now I'm going to say I'll go higher than you. I'll go 2.55 to 2.75 for Q4.
Beautiful. Well, I mean, Mike, you and I are often in the same ballpark, and we're usually pretty accurate. So I like your number, Mike, and good luck to us all. I will be doing my part to continue watching movies because A, I enjoy them, and B, I like supporting my investment. So,
but the really exciting thing, Tony, is, and it's not impossible. It's an outside chance, but it's definitely probable. With a 2.78 domestic box office in Q4, we have a higher yearly domestic box office than we would in 2023.
I thought it needed to be around 3 billion to surpass 2023.
No, we're at 6.2 billion right now. So if we get to 2.8 or close to 2.8, we're just over 6.2. That means a 9 billion domestic box office in 2024 with 2 quarters of strikes, which would be unbelievable. Not saying it'll go there, but I'm saying it's not outside the realm of possibility.
I'm going to put up the screen and check your math, Mike, because I want to have a drink to that if that is correct. We're at 6.2. We need to be 8.9. We got 3 months to go. Doing a little subtraction. That's under $2.7 billion. You are exactly correct.
Wow.
Super good at math. Human calculator, they call me around here.
Wow. It is in the realm of possibility to beat last year on top of 2 horrible first quarters this year, thanks to the actors and writers strike.
Disgusting.
So what does that say to me, Tony? That when there's content, there is demand.
Let's go, Mike!
Experience.
Let's go!
So the more content you got,
wait, are you telling me, Mike?
There.
Mike, are you telling me people actually want to go to the movies and see the movies?
Mike, are you telling me that this industry has increasing revenue? How does it go, Mike? Up and to the right.
To the right.
Up and to the right.
My favorite saying, up and to the right.
Right.
Oh, I love it, Mike.
Close to that one. Salute.
Sufyan in the chat. What's up, Sufyan? Sufyan says, hi, Tony and Mediocre and Mike. Don't leave out Mike, Sufyan. I appreciate your hard DD. So do the ladies, Sufyan. On filings and TA for all the stocks you're covering. If you were forced to buy and hold between AMC and GameStop, which would you pick? I mean, that's a tough call, Sufyan. It's a tough call. One industry has increasing revenues and one has declining revenues. One company has an upside down balance sheet. The other has $4.6 billion in cash. How do you pick? I'd probably look at which one is undervalued compared to overvalued based on earnings per share forecast. That's what I would do, Sufyan.
I mean, Sufyan, I'll say this. I mean, there's a couple boob tubers out there that one of them said, I think it was last night, said that, traders don't make no money. We're just trying to get even every day. And then I got another boob tuber that just says that I'm some sort of trust fund baby. So I don't know, Sufyan. I just trade stocks, man. I don't show no receipts or nothing. I just,
Mediocre, do you have a top trade of the week so far that you want to talk about? Because I do.
To be honest, I haven't traded this week.
I'm going to share both a personal success and failure in the same story. Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Our friend Jerry P., Mr. Powell was talking yesterday. It was yesterday, right? Already feels like a week ago.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
And for whatever reason, as we were listening to him, you saw that SPY start tanking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't hear anything to justify this sell-off. Now, I could have had a trading bot with 7 indicators to perfectly time the entry, but Mediocre, I just use experience, common sense, knowledge of the economic data, listening to what Powell said and looking at the chart. And I picked my entry, Mediocre. I was talking to you guys in the Discord live as I did it. I told you before I would do it that I was going to do it. Do you remember that?
I do.
And what did you tell me? You said, Tony, you're fucking nuts.
I'm going to buy calls. I said, well, you're fucking crazy because, hey, I wasn't sure what was going to happen yet. But that
5 minutes later,
it came down.
Up and to the right.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, it went up. And I made over 50% gain in about 30 minutes. I traded out because, guys, I want to always model the same thing that I tell you guys. When you have a healthy profit, take the fucking gain. The chart was starting to top out. It was starting to curl back under. And that's typically what we look for. All of us in the Discord are like, this thing's topping out. And the safe thing to do, you just made 50% in 30 minutes. You just beat the SPY in 30 minutes. You just beat the SPY's returns for the year in 30 minutes. Take the fucking money. Now, I took my money and I went grocery shopping because I needed to go buy my champagne. I was like, all right, I had a good trade for the day, kind of done. Everything else, the rest of my portfolio is just on coast.
Hang on 1 second, Tony. Well, Tony's at the grocery store. I got the big wooden spoon and I'm stirring the pot, you guys.
Yeah, Mediocre's like, Tony, you don't want to know what the SPY's doing. I was like, what is it doing? He's like, it's curling back up. I was like, tell me, go ahead. He's like, Tony, you'd now be up over 100%. I was
Oh
like,
God,
son of a fucking bitch. So yeah,
that was a brutal run up.
that is just full frontal honesty. Can I be fully frontal honest with you guys? I did not get the top.
No, you didn't.
I did not time the top perfectly, but I made 50%, over 50% in 30 minutes. And I think that is the important lesson. We don't ever time the bottom perfectly. We try to. We don't ever time the top perfectly. We try to. But the important thing, guys, I want you to remember is lock in profits and do that on a consistent basis. You're going to be far ahead of anybody who's shooting, playing lottery tickets, hoping to make 1,000% and losing all their money every day. That's kind of the lesson. So it was a win for me. It was kind of irritating, but I never cry over gains left on the table. I'm happy that I made the money I made, and
Absolutely.
tomorrow's another day. And you just
Great trade.
try and do that every day.
Gus, I can put her right under this arm. We could walk right under this. She loves my tuxedo, and I love her, Gus. Just let her know that.
Gus, how you doing? Gus is you're in the Appalachian Valley area, huh? Do you have any on-site reports for us? I trust that you're well because you're here. Gus, how are things? And our thoughts and prayers to everybody out that direction, North Carolina, Tennessee, or I don't even know how many states got affected, but holy crap, man.
It was a massive storm, Tony. It was bad.
Horrible. And I know there's some other world events going on in Israel right now. Our thoughts and prayers for just basically for the world. I mean, I don't want to see this spiral into some sort of world conflict. And guys, as far as your trading goes, keep up with current events because you might need to take some hedging, play to protect your portfolio if things spiral out of control. That's up to you and your risk tolerance.
Tony, Gus said he got 3 roadkill dinners today. I love it.
And I had to cook them over a fire in the backyard in a barrel because we don't got no electricity.
He got himself some possum.
I had a possum in my backyard a couple nights ago, Mediocre. I hadn't trapped that fucker yet, but I'm trying. Not to eat him, though. Not to eat him, to relocate him, because I don't want him getting in the chicken coop in the middle of the night and killing my keto egg-laying chickens.
So, Mike, what do you think, man? What do you think for Q4? Like, are you excited?
He said 2.7 billion, Mediocre. Did you see? Did you see how much profit we stand to make? Should I put that screen up here? I mean, I want people to go watch my video, but maybe I should put that screen up here and then let Mike comment. Mike, do these numbers kind of like correlate with what you were expecting at all? I don't know if you had a chance to see my video.
Yeah, actually, I did get a chance before I came onto the stream, and I made a comment. And your middle of the road number is sorry, I said 53, but it's 55. So your middle of the road number is $5 million off my middle of the road number, 15 cents EPS on 361 million shares.
How do we always do that, Mike? I don't even talk to you. We do independent analysis, and you always come so close to what I'm looking at.
Mike, are you telling me you have your own spreadsheet and you do your own due diligence? Is that what you're trying to tell me here?
100. I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
He's a fucking human calculator, Mediocre. He don't need no damn spreadsheet. He just does it in his head. I'm the dummy. I got to have a spreadsheet. Mike's like, oh, yeah, 55 million.
I can't listen to a couple of guys on YouTube wearing tuxedo shirts. I got to look at my own information. Come on now. But yeah, no, it's uncanny how close our estimates are every year, and we built our spreadsheets completely independently. So yeah, the numbers look
as much as Mike, as much as you are way more bullish than I am. I appreciate that. This, look, I'm optimistic. You're optimistic, but like at a different level than me, which is cool. We're both optimistic. And, but despite that, we still come so close to the same numbers for like the short-term quarters. And we've mostly come, right spot on to what the company actually announces. So I love it.
Well, the reason I'm so bullish too is I'm looking 3 years out. I think there's serious potential that tickets sold and box office recovery goes to pre-pandemic levels, goes to 1.25 billion tickets sold. So if we start getting those numbers in 27 and 28, that's like a domestic box office of over 13 billion and a valuation on AMC that's through the roof. And that's without any debt pay down. So, for me, this is like, some people are trading it back and forth. I find that's too risky for me. I think the stock gets marked up eventually.
Some people, I think he's looking at us, mediocre.
Yeah, well, maybe, yeah. But you guys have your different styles, so that's fine. For me, as long as it's below a certain price, I'm just adding. When it gets above a certain price, I'll be holding. And then when it gets to a certain price, I'll be trimming. So
you tell me you have a trading strategy, Mike. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. I talked to some guys in a trailer park and they told me what to do. So he gave me a trading strategy.
Mike, I just want to be clear for everybody that hates on us for how we trade this stock. There is a point where if I get a low enough entry, I will hold it as long as it takes, as long as I'm still bullish on the future. You know what I'm saying?
I just love accumulating. I'll just say it. Excuse me.
And I'm the same way.
Refresh my drink. I'll be right back.
All right, mediocre. We'll see you in a second. I'm going to put up my tab here. I'm going to put up my tab of Here's what I'm looking at for AMC. By the way, Mike, I don't know if you know, Mike, I own a couple of other movie theater stocks, not Cinemark. They are the devil. Mama says Cinemark's a devil. But
I like Cinemark, but I think Cinemark's reasonably valued. I don't think
they are. I mean, look, they're financially they're doing okay. But I own IMAX and one other smaller movie company. I'm up 30% on both of those. AMC, my cost basis is currently around right under 440. So I'll be looking to add if we go down into these demand zones. You can see my buys here. I've been holding, Mike, since August 5th. Yeah. I famously sold in the run up to 12 back in May.
Yeah, and just as a different strategy. So like I have a legacy position. So basically, when I got into this with all the hype back in the day, and I got my principal out at a decent price, but still held legacy shares because I thought there was a potential for a squeeze there. Never happened. And, I wish I would have taken the strategy that you guys did, but it is what it is. But I've been dollar cost averaging in since the beginning of the year. And my average is a little bit higher than yours. It's somewhere about 530 right now. But like I said, I think at these prices, I'm going to be doing much better than S&P 500 over the next 2 or 3 years, especially if the box office continues going the way it's going.
Yeah, I want to be clear, guys. As we're talking here on the show, we're telling you what we're doing. We're not providing any instructions. We don't. You guys do whatever the hell you want. You're here to listen to us about what we're doing, and I can't stress enough that this is at the moment, and has been for the last 3 years, as you heard from our boys, Maddie and Trey, back in the day. What did they say? Don't invest what you can't afford to lose. I remember them saying that about 1,000 times. This is a speculative trade because the balance sheet is still upside down. I expect, as I tell my Discord every day, they're probably tired of me saying it, expect more debt for equity swaps because management is telling us they want to fix the balance sheet. But all of that aside, we can still make intelligent decisions based on our expectations for box office profits, how the market is looking at the play. Do we think that we could get an edge on them if they're being too bearish? I mean, I've traded this thing profitably at least 3 times this year. And people say, you can't make money. You can't make money on AMC. Mediocre. We've been making fucking money on this play the entirety of 2024. Anybody in my Discord, tell me we're wrong. You guys have been doing it too.
Yeah, and there's different ways to play it too. Like a couple of things that I learned since I started listening to you. When I see big IV spikes, like mind you, I'm not selling covered calls close to the money because I intend to accumulate and keep shares for a longer period of time. But I'll sell $20 calls when IV spikes really high and make good money off that. And the other thing that I've kind of learned to do from talking to you guys is to play volatility. I've been buying, I have a small portion of leaps. So if we do have some crazy volatility where there's a price spike that I think is just going to be short term, I can make a little bit money off of those long-term leaps, sell those off, maybe buy more shares or get back into the leaps after the volatility is done. So there's ways to make money. And if you have a more apish mentality and you're kind of like more buy and hold like me, because I see the future of the box office, there's ways to still increase your position and do it smartly, right?
I have no problem with anybody's trading strategy, whether you're doing buy and hold, whether you're trading it, whether you're doing the wheel like we do, where we sell options to try and get an entry. And then once we have shares, when we have shares, we're selling options on that, covered calls to look, hey, selling covered calls while it's trading sideways like this is a great way to just make a little extra money while it's trading sideways. And there's a lot of
have a strategy so you don't get smoked, right?
Have a strategy, and hopefully you can appreciate that some of us have different strategies. We love all of you, and I don't hate on anyone, whatever your strategy is. I'm just going to be honest and tell you, I had one strategy from 2021 to 2023, and then I had to change that strategy. That was just my choice. You guys can do whatever you want, but I will always tell you exactly what I'm doing.
I mean, I
know Mediocre is even more blunt than me. Go ahead, Mediocre.
Yeah, I didn't trade from 2021 till 2023 AMC, but I traded other stocks, right? I held, but I'm a trader. I like to trade. I trade almost every day, different stocks, whatever. And I love to play the wheel strategy. It is what it is. I don't hate AMC. I don't like when people are like, "Oh, you're not holding it." I'm a trader. I'm doing what's best for me, my 5 whys, my wife and my 4 children, and that's what I do. That's it. I don't care. What you guys say doesn't matter.
Yeah. And you know what? You guys provide great information all the time, and how you trade and what you do with your money is no one else's business. So
unlike most of these flim flam artists on social media, you guys fucking know I'm going to the movie. I'm going to the movies a lot. I post it every time I post movie reviews. I spend a fuck ton of money on food and drink because we're old over here. We ain't trying to go out clubbing, but we'll go have a beer or two at a movie.
Going out tonight in our tuxes, baby.
Yeah. But I mean, sometimes we say
yourself, gentlemen. I enjoy a nice club night once in a while.
What, Mike?
Like, is there an AMC on the moon there? Is there an AMC on the moon there, Tony and Mediocre? Because with those space helmets, look like you guys are going straight to the moon. Here you go see a movie.
Yeah, buddy. Going to the moon.
Should we play another song, Mediocre?
My portfolio is going to the moon. That much I can tell
Mediocre, you want to play another song to celebrate the box office?
Whatever you
I think he's saying yes. I think he's saying yes. All right, let me see what I got lined up here. Hang on one second. Mediocre wants to dance. All right, Mike. We'll see you back in a second. Let me find.
Let's party to our portfolios.
Party for portfolio. What song did we play before? Going to the Moon or Show Me the Money? What song did we play the first time, Mediocre? I think we played Show Us the Money, right?
Gorilla. I forget the name of it. It was funny, though.
Somebody in the chat, help me out. Which song did we play in the beginning? Show Us the Fucking Money. Or did we play We're Going to the Moon? Anya, do you remember? Are you still sober, Anya? Manicio says, I only go clubbing in Thailand. Anya says we played Show Us the Money. So let's play Going to the Moon, Mediocre. You got your helmet ready?
Yeah,
this one's my favorite. It's my favorite. Really,
you gonna get involved, Mike, or what? You getting this one? Hold on.
I like to dance.
Cheers, people. Cheers to everybody. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Going to the fucking moon. We're going to the fucking moon. But fuck Andy, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting damn tandy so soon. Don't be mistaken, the apes won't be shaking or breaking. We're going to the fucking moon. One day, very soon, gonna wake up on the moon. Brand new yacht and a McDonald's in my living room. Bright yellow Lamborghini, 50-meter swimming pool. Champagne every day, ain't fan, what you do? Wanna hang, wanna chill? Oh, you got a mansion too? Oh, that's right, held on tight, jack titties every night. We was in way back when they tried to chop it down to 10. And just couldn't comprehend, ace was strong until the end. Now let's retell it, shit to tell, they be sweating. Had enough of these felons, but the A's we rebelling. Cause we never be selling, till we send it to heaven. Now we be out here yelling, hey, fuck you, Kenny. Bought my wife a minivan to share with the boyfriend. But I pull up in the Benz, plate saying all of crayons. Going on an airplane, don't think we'll be back again. Celebrating every day like a fucking birthday. Fuck Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting damn tandy so soon. Don't be mistaken, the apes won't be shaking or breaking. We're going to the fucking moon. Fuck Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting damn tandy so soon. Don't be mistaken, the apes won't be shaking or breaking. We're going to the fucking moon. Today's expectation, probably more manipulation. FUD, a creation of a crooked operation. Bought more while it was low, got more dips than Trader Joe's. Oh, you thought that we'd let go? What the fuck you take us for? Holla if you spend your last dollar on bananas while living in squalor. We don't claim to be scholars, we the smooth brain dummies, and we never stood taller. Yeah, we do this for love and we do this for honor. Apollo 11 ain't got nothing on us. We the planet of the apes, and in MOS we trust. MOASS, hell fucking yes. Gonna send it into space, go fire up the jets. Done my DD, call me Elton John, Rocket Man. This is the way, gonna be billionaires. Ground control to major time, we about to have liftoff. Call us Neil Armstrong, gonna keep holding on. Fuck Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting damn tandy so soon. Don't be mistaken, the apes won't be shaking or breaking. We're going to the fucking moon. Fuck Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting damn tandy so soon. Don't be mistaken, the apes won't be shaking or breaking. We're going to the fucking moon. We're going to the fucking moon. We're going to the fucking moon. We're going to the fucking moon.
All right,
Woo! Let's fucking go, mediocre!
let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just joining this craziness, we are having a domestic box office Q3 celebration because why? Tony Denaro made a fucking mistake. Write this down in your calendar. If you ask my wife, how many times has Tony been wrong in the 10 years you've known him? She'll say, maybe 2. I was wrong. I underestimated Q3, Mike. I underestimated. I fucked up, bro. So I owe you guys an apology party. The box office beat. That's what we're celebrating here, kids. You guys fucking did the work. We did the work. Mike, I know you fucking did the work.
Go see a fucking movie, people.
I'll see you on the fucking moon, mediocre.
I just like to elect JP's comment in the chat as the funniest one I've ever seen in the chat so far.
What did JP say? Let me see.
Tony, your channel went from a serious channel to male strip club. Hey, JP, when I meet people out on the street and they say, what do you do? I was like, well, I'm a day trader and I occasionally put out a video. I said, well, what's your channel? Tony Denaro. I said, but if you watch during the day, I've got my serious, like I'm making money. I'm serious during the day. At night, all bets are off because we're drinking, we're smoking, we're telling jokes, we're having fun. So depending on what you want to see, you might see the real side of me in the evening. I'm not always the dumb, boring finance guy. I like to have fun. And that's why I like to hang out with you guys in the evening. My wife is at HEB. I did invite her to come share the champagne. I hope she gets back before I finish it. At any rate, not a male strip joint. We're just trying to make you guys fucking laugh because we appreciate you.
JP.
We appreciate you, JP.
If we do 3 billion in Q4, I will take my shirt off on Tony's live stream.
Oh, you heard it, baby. You heard. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, Mike, but I will. We'll give you a solo on the big screen here.
Like, make your own live stream. We don't want that.
Very happy, Mike.
Forgive us, Adam Aaron.
Adam, we're ready. We're ready to go to the
Let's go.
The chat is hilarious tonight.
In all seriousness, you guys, I just want you to know, I'm just having a good time. Okay. Fundamentally, things are getting better with the company, and I appreciate that. And I thought it would be funny to share with you guys. And you know what? If we get a price appreciation because of box office, that's a good thing. That's what I'm looking for.
And mediocre, what if the price doesn't go up between now and November? Do you think you'll care?
I won't care because I'm still going to make money. But
exactly,
I care for all of you. I care for all of you,
guys. We don't fucking care because our cost average. If you've listened to the DD on this channel over the last couple of years, you know how we've traded this. It doesn't matter to me what happens to the price.
If the price never moved, you guys, I would never care.
If the price never moved, mediocre, you would still be making money, and I know that for a fact because I watch you do it every day, and so do I.
But I will say,
and guys, if you want to know how we're fucking doing that, don't be a hater. Just come ask questions. Join the Discord. Watch the wheel videos. They're free on YouTube, not just on my channel, but on many people's channels.
Listen, here's the truth.
And part of the excitement too is like even for me, like I've been arguing AMC's forward-looking thesis for months, if not years, and it's nice to finally see it come to fruition. Like we knew we were going to get there,
and it's nice to. I bet, Mike, it's nice that you found a home like us of people that appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah,
even if you're a hater,
I'm just teasing. I'm sure you have a lot more friends than us.
Yeah. No, it's. I love the channel, and the reason I showed up in the first place is because I've been watching your videos, Tony, and you always made sense, and you came from a rational perspective, even if I might be a little bit more bullish than you. But
that's right. You know what, Mike? We need that too, right?
So it's great, and that's what I like, right?
That's the thing.
Sufjan, looking back at the AMC YouTubers from all the generations, why would you say that you're practically the last man standing? I don't cover AMC on a full-time basis, first of all. I make videos when I have time, and I don't have a lot of time to make videos, period. I do a couple per week, Sufjan. Couple videos per week. I'm far from a full-time YouTuber. But, I just want to take this opportunity to remind you guys, I was right there with you in 2021 in the first run-up in May and June. I made a lot of money then on call options, and I was so mad at Trey and Matt for telling people to keep buying calls and not selling, because I was selling those call options, and I don't know how much I made, close to 6 figures. And then I bought some more shares during the remainder of that year, paid too much for them, but I was hopeful, like you guys were, that there'd be a second squeeze, but then it didn't happen. And the economy started tanking, and AMC started running low on cash. And then they announced the ape, and we had to change up our approach to this stock. When you're just betting on a short squeeze, you don't need to worry about the financial statements. But guess what? We had to.
I'm not betting, number one.
Yeah, well, I was betting mediocre, but I was betting on the house money. So, yeah, I gave a little bit of it back, but I'm doing all right.
Well, are you betting now, Tony, is the question. Like back then, yeah, I was gambling on, the stock, going off crazy numbers and stuff like that. I admit that. into
it didn't happen, and you pivoted and adapted, mediocre, right? That's the most important thing. People think we're down 98% on the play. Hello, keep up. We pivoted and adapted, and I lost thousands of viewers because I'm honest about how I pivot and adapt. And all I'm going to do is be as honest as I can with you, whether you like it or not.
I can promise you that I am not down 99%. I am actually very, very profitable.
Cheers to that,
brother. One of
brother.
the reasons why I've continued to watch Tony and why I think he's stood his ground as a YouTuber here, as a shareholder and investor in AMC. Some of his collaborations and some of his information, especially with Sparky and with May, have provided like Wall Street level information from people who are providing this information for free to the public who's investing. It's the information being provided to you and the discourse and the conversations back and forth. No one else is doing this.
Hold on, Tony. Mike, do you know why we're doing that? And Tony does that, and I come on here. Do you know why?
Yeah, no, I don't. Go ahead.
Because I think that the apes have gotten seriously hurt by what had transpired and misinformation and such. I'll say it. I don't care. I'm very blunt about it, but I come on here because I don't like to see people get hurt that way. I want to see people win. That's why.
People always try and pin me to the wall in my video comments. Tony, how come you don't talk? Someone is asking me today, Tony, how come you don't talk about Citibank and Bank of America, shorted, you're not yet covered, blah, 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 blah. Like, guys, if I found over the last 3 years that something that was in the community actually helped improve my profitability, I would talk about it. But you know what? 90% of what people are talking about doesn't fucking matter. They're using you for clicks. They're using you for clicks. The only thing that matters is the financial statements and the trajectory of the industry and understanding what the company's plan is.
And that's the frustrating part, because corruption's obviously out there. Like
yes,
it is. JP Morgan's.
Mike, I don't disagree with you at all.
You get charged for gold and silver for like 25 years or something. Like, this stuff is out there.
We can believe in that all day. It's definitely happening. We have evidence of it happening, but does knowledge of that help you make money?
100%.
That's all I'm saying. Don't twist what I'm saying, guys. Look, they're going to push the price down to what they consider fair value, and we don't have the fucking power to change it except in rare opportunities. So you better know how they're looking at it. Then you can, whether you're talking AMC or GameStop or any meme stock, understand how they are looking at it and valuing it. I'm battling with the GameStop people right now just to say, hey, you can have your beliefs, you can have your conspiracies, you can have your speculation. I don't care. That's cool with me, bro. But understand how Wall Street is valuing it, because they're going to try and push it down to that. That's why I keep on buying GameStop cheap and selling into run-ups, because I'm just looking at it like they do.
Yeah.
It's really, really simple once you unplug from the matrix of social media. And I'm as bullish as you guys are on the long-term prospects of the industry. Don't ever get that twisted. I'm right there with you. I'm spending my money. All these people talking AMC, blah, 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 going to the moon, shorts are scared. How many fucking movies have they gone to? Meanwhile, I'm going to 3 or 4 a week. I went to, 15 or 20 movies in the last 30 days.
Tony's forever in the fucking movies.
I don't know how much on drinks.
More movies than me. Yeah.
Fuck all those clickbait or dipshits. You guys want to listen to him? Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you guys, Tony leaves the fucking Discord almost every day or every other day to go see a fucking movie. Sometimes 2 in a day. Like, he sat through 2 fucking movies the other day. I said to him, Tony, what the
Sunday.
I can't do that shit.
Well, you don't have a theater near you, mediocre, so I'll forgive you.
I don't have an answer.
I'm not just doing it because I'm not a one-man army that can save this stock, all right? I don't. Look, I enjoy movies. I always have. Always have. And,
well, Tony, I've driven over an hour to go see movies. I have.
Yeah.
just to go to an AMC theater.
But the other
look,
thing,
if you're an investor in a company,
I kind of look at it as due diligence. Like, okay, I made a forecast on this movie. Is it as good as I thought? For me, it's partly DD.
And I appreciate that.
It helps me decide what to do with my investment. Is this movie going to suck, or is it going to be better than I expected?
I agree, and I appreciate that because it's a better insight. You know, like there was a movie that you told me, man, I don't know how good this movie's going to do, right? Because you went to see it. Okay, I mean, I didn't get to go see it, but you went and seen it, and it's like, oh,
Megalopolis.
you know, if you're saying that, I don't remember the movie, but
how was that?
I remember we talked about
any
it.
good, Tony?
Megalopolis by Coppola, the one that just came out.
Yeah, how was that?
Mike, I'm going to be brutally honest. Like, I love Coppola. I loved Apocalypse Now. I love all the Godfather movies. I had high hopes. I was even actually promoting this movie, hoping AMC would be the distributor for it.
Glad they weren't.
I'm going to be honest. I watched 6 people walk out of the movie, and I almost did myself, Mike. If I wasn't trying to give it an honest assessment and give it, you know,
there's
let
a
it
reason
simmer.
that nobody bought it. Yeah, there's a reason that nobody bought it.
It's disappointing. It's disappointing to me to say that. And maybe in 10 years, we'll be taught that it was a genius movie. And I'm open to that. But as I'm watching it, I'm just thinking today's audience is not going to get this movie. There's only a niche percent of moviegoers that are going to appreciate this movie. And
it was a passion project for them, right?
Yeah. It wasn't horrible. It's not tuned to today's audience. And I'm a little upset that like all the IMAX screenings are allocated to this movie and only 20 seats are being sold. To be blunt, as an investor, I'm kind of pissed right now. And, you know, hopefully they change that. But
Tony,
they sign IMAX agreement. What can you do?
Hold on, roll that back. Tony, you actually care about the movie theater industry and the only 20 people being in the movie theater? But Tony, you're just a trader.
I'm multidimensional, mediocre.
No, I agree with you.
I'm a trader. I'm a trader. I'm a dancer. I'm an actor. I'm a chicken coop builder. I'm a lover. I mean, I'm a corporate job person for 15 years. I'm a future graduate of the Series 65 FINRA test. You can't even pin me in a box, mediocre.
Listen, I'm saying this for the audience, though. Seriously, though, like you actually give a shit about what's going on in the company that you're just trading. Yeah, like right now we're holding shares. You know that. I'll admit that I'm holding shares of AMC comfortably. By the way, even though today was a brutally red day, I didn't even look at the market today. Was I around today, Tony?
I wasn't really watching it either. I was like doing some DD and making some videos.
We're sitting at
because we don't care, mediocre. Right. I don't care about the day-to-day stuff, and I know you don't either.
Exactly.
People that are focusing on day-to-day price action are going to drive themselves fucking insane. Like, what's your trading strategy? How long do you intend to hold? Is it a long-term investment? Are you wheeling it? Once you know your strategy, stop stressing out about it.
Mike,
I believe I'm in a good trade. I'm not worried about it.
Here's my DD. The industry just finished a fabulous Q3, and all of the major companies are going to be profitable. I don't care what happens in the next couple days. I don't care.
And it's a fabulous Q3, but let's not get it twisted. The movie releases are still low. Q3 was not as strike impacted as 1 and 2, but it was still strike impacted. There were still holes in the slate that got made up from some of the smaller movie releases that came up. It's and everybody in the industry, everybody, IMAX, Cinemark, AMC, all the analysts that are in the Hollywood side are just like 25 and 26 are going to put 24 to dust.
Absolutely.
And so unless everybody in the industry is wrong and crazy,
then we're wrong and crazy too.
2 years
I'll just say this. 216 movies in Q3, right? And previous years, we were well over 300. What do you think is going to happen if Hollywood starts producing movies? I know you know.
Mediocre. I'm getting a little hot. I'm going to refresh my drink. I'll be right back. Can you guys carry it for a second?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So,
And,
I mean,
and it's
I
not
agree,
even that
Mike.
mediocre. So like the big thing that hit 24 was the major studio releases are down. Like the pre-pandemic, they're somewhere around 80 to 90 movies from the major studios. You know, the bigger blockbusters, the mid-level blockbusters. They were down in the 60s this year. So, you know, those are your 50, 100 blockbuster movies. Add another 20 of those, add another couple per month to the calendar. Man, the box office starts looking ridiculous. And when you're running AMC or Tony's spreadsheet and my spreadsheet, the numbers start getting like at 450. Like, who the fuck is pricing this stock at that valuation? It doesn't make any sense. And like,
agree,
even if like, and even if all the people are like, they're going crazy and they're like, well, it's manipulated and it'll never go above $5 again. Well, 2 years from now, when AMC pays off more debt and they're free cash flow positive, and maybe they start considering throwing out a dividend. Well, I'm making a 20% yield on some stock that I bought for $5. Like it's there's zero stress involved.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm not stressed.
Cheers. I got a fresh drink, nice and chilled. Let's fucking go.
I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Q4. I'm excited to see people just like sputter and be bearish and be like, oh my God, this is just like blah, 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 blah. I'm waiting to hear the excuses, but debt, but this, but that. Yeah.
But this, but that. But we're worried about this, but we're worried about that. I know it's going to come, Mike. You know it's going to come.
Yeah. Well, 100%. 100% it is.
I think, you know, the reason I keep bringing that up is not to be a turd in the punch bowl, but just so people are prepared. Like, if the analysts don't upgrade the price target, be mentally prepared and understand why, because they're playing the safe game.
That's right.
But even one of the reasons why I'm so bullish is because I understand the bearish thesis, and I think the bearish thesis is very unlikely. So it makes it easy to be bullish, right? So if you're just sitting there with your head in the clouds and think nothing can go wrong, well, when something goes wrong, you're going to be crushed. But if you understand, you know, what the bear thesis is, and you can kind of rationalize it and think about it a little bit, you're going to be just fine.
There's still risk, major risk, right?
Sure.
Like,
I wouldn't go major, but some people could say it major,
I mean,
right?
what if the box office goes on strike, or I don't see it happening, but what if that happens, or what if some crazy COVID crap happens again, or something?
COVID or World War III, or the box office goes on strike. But I think you're talking about very low percentage possibility.
Very low.
So that's So that's why I've positioned myself the way I have. Like, I haven't thrown my whole boat into it. Like, I'm an ETF investor. Like, I generally do total stock market funds. But for AMC, I'm happy with my position sizing, understanding that there's some low probability risk that things could turn sideways because things are still they're just getting over the precarious side. But like, if they get past and none of these low percentage things happen, man, there's a huge return potential, in my personal opinion. Obviously, everyone's got to do their own due diligence, make their own spreadsheets, not listen to guys wearing tuxedo costumes, and yeah. And then,
hey, I just want to say, as we round out the top hour, if you're just joining us, welcome to the Q3 domestic box office celebration. Why are we doing this? Because I made a bet with the people on my channel that if the industry box office beat 2023, I would come on here and get drunk, get tipsy, drink some bubbly with you guys, because my forecast for this quarter topped out at 2.6 billion. And you guys fucking did it. So this is the party for you. It's a party for me. It's a party for Mediocre, Mike, everybody that enjoys going to movies. We are celebrating the industry Q3 beating last year. I think that's, it's good to take moments to celebrate. Now, as far as any one particular company, we're not going to know for 5 weeks. So stick around. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Tonight is about the box office, because I heard all these dipshits back in July saying that this was going to be a horrible quarter. And to the haters, there's so much more to come.
They said we wouldn't even make $2 billion in the box, didn't they?
There's so much more to come. Mediocre.
I'm like, do they know
I
how
think
much?
they're trying to compensate for a tiny revenue stream.
Probably. I mean,
I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean,
it's.
I can
good,
watch
but-
one going down, 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 and I can watch one doing what mediocre? It's going up and to the right. Revenue up and to the right.
You're right. That's true.
I mean, look at revenue. Which one? The numbers tell the story. That's all I'm saying.
It's because they need hugs.
Just wait till AMC hits $6 billion of revenue, Tony. Just wait.
I think they need hugs, Tony.
I'll be there for it, Mike. Matt says, Tony, how many kegs does owning the float owe you at this point? Mike and I have we've had 2 bets. We had a bet on, he thought that he was listening to some of the GameStop YouTubers, and Mike's a good guy, but he listens to these fucking dipshits that cover GameStop that want AMC to fail and lie about GameStop. So that's how he lost 2 bets, because I use logic and common sense and I do my DD. Those other guys just say whatever they can to make you only invest in GameStop, even if they got to lie. The 2 lies the GameStop people told is that AMC was going to get crushed by goodwill impairment. I already knew that was wrong. I talked to multiple CPAs, did my own DD. I bet Mike and he lost. We're social media friends, right? We don't agree on a lot of stuff, but I'm always cordial to people as long as they're not dipshits that enjoy insulting, doxing, lying. Mike doesn't do that. So we had a good-natured bet. I said, hey, Mike, the goodwill impairment is not going to happen on AMC. It already happened. Mike. Things are getting better. There's not going to be any Q4 goodwill impairment. So he lost that one. And then as I do for the last couple of years, you guys know I've been trading GameStop profitably for several years. I was looking at the chart, looking at the financials, looking at the revenue trajectory. I said, this thing is likely to go under $10. And he said, oh no, Tony, I will bet you it never goes under $10. And so we did a double or nothing. And he lost about a week later. It dropped to like 9.96 or whatever. So he owes me a couple cases of whatever. And he recently made another. He's like, I'll bet anybody. What did he say, mediocre? AMC never goes over $6 at the end of the year.
Yeah. I think it was $6.
I said, I'll take that bet. I don't know if it will go over $6. I don't
either, but it could.
He said never.
He said it won't go over $6 by the end of this year. I said, I will take that bet because on the upside, I get double or nothing of double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
And on the downside, I get nothing. I mean, he gets nothing. So for me, it was an easy bet. I think there's a 50-50 chance AMC could see $6 at least for a few minutes.
And it was a friendly bet.
And yeah, I like Mike. I don't agree with him, like I said, on a lot of stuff. He's just, unfortunately, listening to the wrong people. They've poisoned his mind. And how do I know that? Because he's been wrong about everything so far.
You want to hear a fun fact, Tony?
He shook somebody's sweaty palm and he got a little clammy feeling and he didn't like it. I get it, Mike. I get it. It was probably awkward. I didn't have that experience, but if you had that experience with Adam Aaron, that's cool, bro. But I just look at charts and financial statements and trajectory of revenue, and I do my own DD, bro. So he'll either owe me four cases, or I'll owe him nothing by the end of this year. We'll wait and see. And good luck to you, Mike. I hope I've told you I don't want to collect. It's just a friendly wager. I don't care about collecting, but maybe you get back to zero. Cheers.
Is that Roaring Kitty right there, Mike?
Yeah, that's Griffin. He's got some bad hips, but he's a good guy.
I see the kitty in the background. Where's Doc Zeno? He likes cats.
I just want
you want to hear a fun. You want to hear a fun fact, though, Tony? And
yes, sir, I do.
Hold on, Tony. So I just want to invite the wife down for some champagne if she wants to come down and have some champagne with me.
All right, she's going to come on camera.
I don't know if she will. I just want to invite her. We'll see if she comes down. We'll
Okay, so here's
Are you in the basement, mediocre?
Oh yeah, I live in the basement next to the
where we
boiler
belong, in the basement.
furnace. You know. Do I look like I live in the basement, Tony?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
You said she might want to come down. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Mike. You were going to say something?
Don't you know I'm a
Yeah,
trust fund baby? Get your shit together, Tony.
He's in the basement of his mansion, of his trust fund. Yeah. So fun fact. So on average, the 10 years pre-pandemic, Q3 amounted to about 25% of the domestic box office, right? So say, you look forward and things don't get any better, and this Q3 is as good as it gets, based on the EPS and the existing flow, AMC's valuation at a 25 PE, based on our estimates, is $15. It's trading at $4.50.
Mike, for the people who aren't familiar with doing that kind of valuation, can you just walk one step back and tell us how you did that? I know what you're doing, but I'm going to put out a video tomorrow on GameStop walking them through the same thing. But for those that are still struggling to understand share price valuation, and there's a lot of them, can you tell us how you came to that number?
So basically you have your earnings. So that's the amount of money the company makes on the bottom line, your GAAP earnings. And based on that GAAP earnings, you divide it by the number of shares outstanding and you get your EPS.
So you're looking at annual earnings, right? Like previous 4 quarters.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is if you annualize Q3, because Q3 on average ends up being about 25% of domestic box office. Q4 is about the same. Q1 ends up being about 23, and Q2 is always the biggest quarter at about 27%. So if you de facto use Q3 of this year and use me and Tony's estimates, which are very close, and the EPS numbers of 15 cents.
15
you
cents times 4 quarters is
times 4 quarters. 15, 30, 45, 60 cents. Yes, thank you.
Times a PE ratio, which is what normal people use. Nobody uses book value, guys. If you're listening to telling you how to value stock based on book value, run the other fucking way, because these dipshits are lying to you. Anyways, 100%. Mike, let's go back to properly valuing stocks by earnings.
Yeah,
60
so
cents times 25 PE is what?
So you have 60 cents of earnings, and what a PE ratio does is usually stocks get valued at a future multiple of their earnings. So the 20 years or 25 years of their future earnings. For example, Cinemark right now, another stock in the industry, right now its PE ratio is about 28. So if you look at just say Q3, it doesn't get any better, and this is as good as AMC gets into the future. Based on the Q3 earnings, if you annualize that, about 25% domestic box office typically, you have a valuation of over $15 already. And that's assuming things don't get any better, no more debt gets paid down.
So we're doing 60 cents. I'm just going to do the math on my calculator.
Times 25.
Check you, Mike. 60 cents times a PE ratio of 25, which is average for this industry for a profitable company. Wow. $15 earnings-based price target. Mike,
200%.
Checks out.
200% from here.
So hold on. Are you telling me that we're in the first? We got this year we got the first profitable quarter, and we'll probably get another one in Q4 here.
Yeah.
And
and another interesting fact I will bring
year.
up. Yeah, another interesting fact is I'll bring up. So if you look at GAAP earnings, so we got a nice bonus in GAAP earnings on Q2 and ended up with a loss of only 32 million. So assuming Q3 and Q4 are very similar, you got earnings there. And then assuming Q1 of next year ends up about break even, somewhere around there, you could be trailing 12 months earnings positive on AMC stock by Q1 of next year. And you definitely will be trailing 12 months earnings positive on AMC stock by Q2 of next year.
Hold your horses, guys. Hold your fucking horses. Let me throw something at you, Mike. Is Sufyan still in the chat? Do we have any CPAs here? Sparky? Anybody? Now, I heard, Mike, that retained earnings for AMC is negative $8 billion. Now, how does that factor into your price to earnings price forecast, Mike? What are you going to do about negative? What are you going to do about negative 8 billion retained earnings?
Negative 8 billion retained earnings is in the past. It doesn't matter. AMC got through that.
It doesn't matter. What?
No, it doesn't matter.
What?
Why doesn't it matter, Mike?
What?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't fucking matter. These people on YouTube lie to you guys because they don't got anything else to say and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. How many analysts do you know that start off their price analysis talking about retained earnings or book value? Not one fucking analyst except dipshit on YouTube channels covering GameStop because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Anyone who talks about AMC's profitability looking at 2021 and 2022 and 2023 and not outlining that there were strikes in COVID is a fucking liar. We're not there anymore. That's over with. We
got a bond portfolio manager here saying it doesn't matter. Guys, you don't have to believe me. Like, do your own research, but stop listening to these dipshit grifters on GameStop channels that only want to lie to you about every single other stock in the market.
Sparky, get your ass on here. Also, I want to.
They will lie to you about every stock in the market if it's not GameStop.
I got to ask Mike a question.
I'm just a dumb YouTuber, but I have a degree in economics and my minor is in finance and banking. I'm taking the Series 65 here in a couple weeks because everybody said, oh, he doesn't know anything. Maybe if I pass a test, one person will think I know something. But retained earnings does not matter in your analysis or your forecast of a price target. That's why nobody that knows what they're talking about talks about it. Book value don't fucking matter either. Unless your market cap is what? Under book value. Then it matters. But God, man, these idiots drive me crazy. Oh, let's look at XYZ, ABC, NVIDIA, Apple. Oh, well, their book value is 100 to 1. Therefore, this stock is trash. Gross. What a fucking idiot. How about you look at the earnings? You don't want to look at the earnings of NVIDIA or Apple or Intel or anything because it would embarrass you about how fucking shitty GameStop is.
But private equity, Tony.
Private equity, bros. Babe, let me tell you, nobody fucking cares about private equity. They're in the market to make money. 30% of the investments they make don't work out, but 60% do. And they got that factored in. You want to focus on the ones that fail? Go right ahead. Make 200 videos about it. Nobody fucking cares. Live in your little echo chamber. We're over here trying to properly analyze stocks. My fucking college-age kid could do a better job than these fucking GameStop YouTubers because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Love ya. Go ahead, Mike.
Matt, hold on. Matt says,
no, and like depending on the industry and depending on the type of business, the metrics are different. There's a reason why AMC talks about EBITDA because it's a brick and mortar industry, because it's a valuation of how the company profits operationally. Because depreciation and amortization are a non-cash expense, and in AMC's case, and please correct me if I'm wrong, D&A is higher than their CapEx spend. So that means when you get AMC earnings, the free cash flow they generate is higher than the earnings. That's why EBITDA is important. That's why EBITDA to debt, those kind of ratios are important for a brick and mortar retailer. You know, if you want earnings to debt ratios, maybe for a tech company that doesn't have brick and mortar stores, that's more important. But for a brick and mortar retailer, restaurants, anything like that, you need to understand EBITDA. And you need to understand CapEx. I talk about
measuring, like,
does this company generate?
I talk about measuring. Look, like, if you want to learn how to value stocks, look at the PE ratio, look at earnings, look at EV to EBITDA, do a discounted cash flow analysis, look at return on equity, look at return on assets. Any of those that you look at on companies will easily explain to you how their price is in the market, and you
But
still
I find even for retail stocks, EV is dangerous because of those accounting changes.
hang on.
Long-term lease liabilities are included.
You
And when
still
look
might
at
find
EBITDA,
some that are overvalued or undervalued, Mike. When you do those, that
Yeah.
you still need to dig a
Yeah.
layer deeper, but nobody starts off
Yeah.
looking at book value or retained earnings. That is
No,
just
book value
idiocy.
retained earnings are retarded.
Like, tell me you're an idiot without saying you're an idiot.
Hold on, I
You
got to
don't-
break in here, you guys.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I got to break in here. Baby UFO says, but Roaring Kitty.
Bring him back. Bring Roaring Kitty back. I would love it. I'd love to be in GameStop when Roaring Kitty comes back. And if he comes back, I will be in GameStop again. You know what happened last time he came, Mediocre? I bought in at $29 and sold at $60. GameStop.
Baby
Bring Roaring
UFO, that
Kitty
was
back.
a great comment. That was a great comment. But I want to say this, though. Here's the thing. Keith, if you see this video and you want to chat with us, I think we could talk some option strategies that you'll really, really like.
We'll teach you how to make pennies.
Yeah. Just like the GameStop YouTubers tell us, right?
Mediocre and I
But
joke about
you
this.
look back at Roaring Kitty's old videos, and he was talking fundamentals and stuff like that. And
Fundamentals.
even in his recent, he was like, my risk tolerance is high, and I'm trusting that Ryan Cohen is going to create with a super secret plan, that's too risky for me. With a super secret plan, he's going to generate
he
more
might,
revenue.
he might,
And
Mike,
so
and I have,
he might kill it, but that's risky for me.
I have no problem with anybody that believes that. Just say you believe that and stop trying to talk fake fundamentals because you need some way to pigeonhole financials into your narrative. Financials are not part of your narrative if you're buying GameStop right now. You're in it for the squeeze, the Roaring Kitty, the Ryan Cohen. That's cool with me.
Tony, you know what fundamentals matter? In AMC, because we got growing revenues and growing box office. I just want to put that out there.
But to be fair, Mediocre, I'm going to be the bad guy. I'm going to be the bad guy for 1 second, Mediocre. We also have risk of further debt for equity swaps. Like, is that fair to say? Am I lying?
But that's a credit.
No.
But Tony, that's accreditive. So when you look at debt for equity swaps, you have to add the shares to the bottom line. But if you look at a 25 PE, if they're profitable, that's adding value to that ratio.
I understand what you're saying.
In a profitable company is accreditive.
Accretive, right? Is it accretive or accreditive? I understand what you're saying, Mike. I get it. And it lowers the company's interest expenses, yada yada yada. Over the long run, it will be good. But I'd rather be the investor buying after that.
At the end, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. As an AMC investor, I'd rather be the guy buying after the dilution.
But Tony, this last debt for equity really didn't move the price, which makes me happy.
I know, Mediocre. Cheers, buddy. It didn't even fucking move the price. Mike, cheers.
Cheers. And I will say, I'm negative in the recent announcement. I take a positive on it, but when AMC is turning profitable, I don't like them doing debt for equity. I would have rather them use $50 million of cash because it's even more accredited, right? But I remember when they did. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
I think that they know that they're going to have some operating free cash flow or net free cash flow, and they just decided to look. I don't know if you know this, Mike, but there is a paragraph in the what do you call it? The indenture, the documents that were released in July.
Okay.
Any free cash on AMC's balance sheet over $800 million, they must use to pay towards the debt. Did you know that?
No, I did not. Oh, that's probably why they're at that 700 million level.
Right. Yeah,
and
and so, guys, this is a little bit of secret DD that I haven't talked with any of y'all on YouTube about. I've talked with my Discord about it. I've talked with Mediocre and everybody that's in the Discord.
Why I come here because you guys got.
We've been talking about this for 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about this. I give all the nuggets in the Discord because I don't have time to deal with the nonsense on YouTube. But if you go read the financial filings from July, there is a paragraph that says any cash on the balance sheet over 800 million must be used to pay down the debt. And that's the lien holders trying to improve their risk profile. Do you get that, Mike?
Yeah,
They
but like I
don't
said,
want.
the thing I don't like is the fact that when they're turning profitable and they're going to be generating free cash, that they're using equity, because it's more accredited to shareholders for them to use cash.
But there could be a point where they don't need to use equity. If you throw off enough cash, you just use that to pay down the debt.
Well, I don't think they needed to use the equity. They're probably running a free cash flow in Q3 of about 70 million. If you look at the difference between CapEx and DNA.
I have it. I have a spreadsheet for that.
Yeah. And so,
the
good thing about it is, and obviously I'm looking from the outside in, so maybe there's more information that's in there that I don't know. And 2 months from now, I'll be like, okay, I understand it now. But I would prefer all the debt pay downs now be through cash and keep the shares, because I think long term, 1 or 2 years, they have debt that's out in 2029. If they want to pay more debt for equity, they can get much better value from it in the future.
I agree with you, Mike.
And they're not trying to keep doors open right now.
I agree with you. This September 30th thing caught me by surprise, but I also like that they sneaked it in to be on the Q3 financials. So there's that.
Like the fact that the majority of it was cash, but I still didn't like that. 11 million is only 3%, but I still didn't like it.
My spreadsheet here is saying that like probably around 40 million free cash flow, OPEX, operating cash flow, maybe as high as 95 million minus whatever they spent on CapEx, which I don't ever know till they say. But I'm just estimating.
Well, CapEx should be based on their guidance. CapEx should be about 55 million.
Ha, Mike, I have it at 55. Booyah.
There you go.
So we have OPEX cash flow, operating cash flow at 95 minus 55. So I'm saying, realistically, maybe 40 million net cash flow, which is, we didn't have any investing cash flow this quarter. So I think, Mike, that they probably just said, hey, we're going to go over our 800 million. Let's just use some of that cash to pay down the debt. And I'm okay with that. If you know that they have a cap at 800 million, that adds a little bit of color to your understanding of what is happening and what is going to happen.
It makes me happy when I'm trading it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I like it, because that's just like the cash paying down the debt and saving the interest expense is much more accretive than adding shares to the bottom line of that PE calculation. So moving forward, my preference is whenever they're paying down debt, I prefer them to use just cash, unless they can't and they want to keep a certain amount of cash on hand just in case, because they're over the hump, but it's still tenuous a little bit. A big emergency could cause them some problems. But yeah, I'm looking forward to
Marca Prosecco. I love it.
Debt swaps rather than equity for debt swaps.
Mediocre. I'm going to let you field this comment because I'm tired of being the bad guy tonight.
Oh boy, what's the comment? The biggest risk, that one? Oh
no, the one on the screen.
GME and AMC is long-term squeeze play, not a short-term MOAS play. Anyone who still believes in a short-term MOAS play is completely delusional.
Hussein, thank you for the comment. We're going to address it. Mediocre.
Listen, Hussein, I'll just say that I agree with your comment. Okay. The thing is, the stock is worth what it's worth based off of fundamental value. Right. And Mike and Tony just told you how to do EPS. I think that people should look into that. People should read the documents and the quarterly earnings. For one, you should see what's generated for revenue. You should also go to Box Office Mojo, understand what movies are coming, see what you got for movies, try to calculate out what they're going to make for the quarter so you have an understanding of what that quarter could possibly do. I mean, it's not rocket science, to be honest, right? So, I mean, I don't believe in MOAS theory. I'm just going to tell you right now. If a MOAS happens for all of you, congratulations, right? I'll catch the run. Believe me, I won't miss out, right? But I'm not going to hold the stock in hopes of something happening when I could trade the stock based off of information that I already have. I'll just say it that way. That's the best way I can say it nicely.
Mediocre.
I'll
I'm
provide
going
a
to
little
say,
bit.
I'm just going to say, Mike, I'm going to let you go next, but based on how I traded in 2021, I sold my call options as we were pushing over 50, 60, 70 bucks. Because why? Because that was a good time to lock in profits. And I was screaming at my monitor at Matt and Trey, telling people to keep buying options. What the fuck, bros? What are you doing? I took gains in 2021. I took gains on both AMC and GameStop in May of 2024. As AMC was pushing over 12, I made over 1,000% on my call options on AMC this year. And on GameStop, I made 100% gains. I'm not in these stocks for MOAS. And if you want to be in it for MOAS, that is cool with me. There's plenty of other channels to watch for that theory. That's not what we cover on this channel.
And mostly I want you to know that I'm an options trader. I take advantage of the options market. That's really what I do. If you want to know. Sometimes that requires me to hold shares of a company. Like AMC, like for example, like I want to hold AMC. So when I sell my options, for example, against my position, I'm selling so that I don't lose my shares and I take the easy money. That's really what I'm doing. Okay.
Mike, do you want to weigh in? Do you want to counter our comments at all?
Well, not so much.
I'm just going to say mediocre, and I think mediocre and I both can say we're not going to rule out the possibility of some massive short squeeze, but we're not trading the stock.
Yeah, I'm not
based on that. If it happens and we get lucky, beautiful. We will be there right with you guys. We can drop in at any moment. We're here from 5 a.m. every day till 7 p.m. We'll be there with you.
The short thesis is not very good, in my opinion. I'll say
there's almost no short interest in these stocks. GameStop's under 9%. AMC's around what, 15? Yeah. So unless you want to believe
15 is abnormally high.
If you want to listen to people that say there's trillions of naked shorts, I have no problem with that. But I don't cover that on my channel. So don't ask me about that. Go ahead, Mike. I'm going to give you the floor, Mike.
Yeah. So over the last 4 years, I think there's been enough weird volatility at AMC stock to assume that something isn't right. Like people can tell me that Roaring Kitty tweeted, and within 2 days, every retail investor stopped working and simultaneously dumped billions of dollars into the market to pump up.
It does sound odd, right? I hear you. I hear you.
So that sounds odd to me.
Yeah.
The way I see it, if it happens, great. Am I buying AMC at $70? No, because there's too much risk involved. Am I buying AMC at $4.55? And am I holding it for a long-term valuation because of what I believe is domestic box office increase? Yes, and I'm a long-term trader.
Preach, brother. Preach.
If AMC ran up a significant amount, I would, Tony and mediocre might sell at 12. I'd probably still be holding because I think a fundamental evaluation 2 or 3 years from now is higher than that. If it ran up to $100, I'd be fully out, right?
Yeah,
because there's no fundamental evaluation that I think that matches that. So, like I said, if something like that happened, thanks. I'm going to buy my Lambo and I'll drive down to Texas, Tony, and I'll come visit you.
I might only be buying a Celica because I sold too soon, Mike. But I'm going to honor you and celebrate you for getting Lambo,
though, right? Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be in the Pinto.
I think there's enough oddities with the so-called meme stocks that maybe something's going on, but I don't understand it enough, and I'm not willing to risk substantial amounts of money betting on it. Hey, if I had $1,000, I wanted to drop on it, and a MOAS was going to happen, sure. But for me right now, the way I see AMC is a long-term investment, and so I position myself accordingly based on the fundamentals. If I was in a different situation and AMC was valued at like 30 or 40, and there was this risk of MOAS, I wouldn't be sized the way I'm sized. and that's just how I see it. So I don't think people who say there's corruption in the market or something weird's going on are crazy, but you have to manage your risk, because if there's corruption in the market and something crazy is going on, well, there's people with trillions of dollars that are controlling the market, so you ain't going to do shit about it. You know what I mean? So that's just basically how I do it.
Manicio72 says, remember when I told you when you first started working for me? What are you talking about? When I first started working for you?
Oh boy.
Guys, let's get something straight. I'm sure he's joking. I don't work for anybody. I've been retired from my corporate job since like 2003. I worked the corporate world, the high tech industry, for 15 years as an engineering manager. I don't work for anybody, Manicio, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. But I do agree with you with the last part of your statement. The guys that last in this business are the guys who fly straight. Mediocre. You hear me every day out there messing with the chickens. Do I work for anybody?
No.
Be right back.
Tony's a fucking billionaire, people.
My wife
Where
says,
the fuck is Tony getting his money from?
my
People?
wife says,
We
I
need
know
to ask him.
we have stashed somewhere that you haven't told me about. No, I'm not a billionaire. Mediocre is the fucking trust fund, baby. I'm just trying to like live a comfortable life, not have to go work a regular job. I did all that shit, guys. I did all that shit for a long time.
Tony, you can't fucking believe everything you hear on the internet.
I've been working for myself since 2003. Sometimes some good years, sometimes some not so good years, sometimes some good businesses, sometimes some not so great ones. If you ever want to talk about starting your own business, I got a lot to say about that, because I've made my mistakes and I've kind of like figured out what works. But no, I don't work for anybody, Manicio, but thank you for trying.
I work for somebody. He's a real asshole, but I'm just going to tell you, he made me work today, and I wasn't happy about it.
I heard
but
you were your own boss, Mediocre. You're saying your boss is an asshole?
Absolutely. You know him. You met him. You wouldn't say he's an asshole?
All right, we got Jaspreet Singh. How you doing, Jaspreet? He says, do you think AMC has a chance to go to $20 in the near term? Look, bro, it just went to $12 in May on no damn news other than Roaring Kitty. Could that happen? Sure, it could happen. Am I banking on it happening? I'm not banking on it. I'm just...
Are you expecting it, Tony?
I'm not expecting it. However, Mediocre, as you know, I haven't talked to YouTube about this yet. I've only posted it in my VIP Discord. They're the only ones that know. I have some speculative bets on AMC, and we're probably not going to talk about it tonight, in case there's a little bit of run up between now and the end of November. But am I expecting it? No, I'm not expecting it. Could it happen? Anything could happen. Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill, come on back, bro. Step on down. We'd love to have you.
There is definitely some weird volatility on AMC, but more options traders have lost money trying to play that weird volatility than I made money.
I rarely play call options.
Luck.
I rarely play call options on AMC, guys, because the
long-term leaps, I think, are safe.
Yeah, long-term leaps may be a safer play if you have a realistic strike price. And
you won't make as much money, but if there's some massive volatility, you can eke something.
It's all about what? It's all about what, Mediocre?
Premium.
Risk management.
Premium. How much? Yeah. Tony, I don't use risk management. Didn't you watch the fucking guys?
I heard you don't use risk management. I don't know.
I just wing it, baby. I'm winging it.
Well, he's a trust fund, baby. He's got so much money. He doesn't need to manage risk.
That's right. I ain't going to lose shit. Trust fund, baby. I would just wing it, baby. Oh, shit.
Matt says, I wish you could debate Matt Kors about AMC. I don't really understand what his narrative shifted to.
I would fucking love to. That guy is such a fucking clown.
Someone from Sweden, Mike, someone from Sweden was throwing me under the bus this week. They said Tony Denaro is one of those shithead shills that is as bad as Matt Kors. I'm like, what? Like, do you even listen to anything that I say? I'm spending a fuck ton of money going to movies, buying drinks and food, doing movie reviews, promoting the industry. I own AMC stock. I understand what management's doing. I also understand how it could be harmful to you guys, which is why I've been trying to explain to you what's going to happen for 2 fucking years. I would never talk bad about management like Matt does. Now, I think he's smarter than he lets on, which makes me, and I don't have any evidence of this, it makes me think that he's being paid to push a negative narrative, because he knows that AMC is under the knife on the balance sheet. Adam Aron is not purposely screwing retail investors like he tries to say. He's taking care of the company, which is his job. And it's up to you guys to decide whether you want to stay in the play or not while that's happening. I don't know why Matt and some of the GameStop people think that the executives are evil. They're doing their job. And if you want to understand more about what I'm talking about, watch my video published 1 year ago, which is called Don't Trust Any CEO.
The CEO handbook.
The CEO handbook is the the second part of that. But first, I want you to watch Don't Trust Any CEO, because people always say, oh, you're shilling for Adam Aron. I don't give a fuck about Adam Aron. I don't give a fuck about Ryan Cohen. I don't give a damn about any CEO. What I try to do is understand what their job is. And what I basically say in that video is, if you decide to invest in a company with an upside down balance sheet and you didn't read the risk factors of the management guidance in the 10Q, and then you want to blame the CEO when they clearly told you what they're going to do, who's really to blame, Mike?
Tony, do you remember that video? I can't remember the guy's name.
Who's to blame?
Yeah. But
Is it the CEO because he's evil, or is it you because you didn't listen to what they told you they were going to do?
You look at the CEO and the board. The only reason why AMC is trading and it's not AMCQ is because of that fucking board. They've taken on so much shit and work and bullshit to navigate through massive losses over COVID and the strikes that they didn't have to take. That's what I always say, and this is speculation. This is personal for them. Something lit a fire under their ass, and they're like, fuck all these haters. We are not going bankrupt. We're going to get this company surviving. And these guys, some of these guys are old and near retirement. They didn't have to do this shit. But something lit a fire under their ass and were like, fuck this. And they kept it going. And anyone who thinks that these guys are trying to bankrupt the company or have the worst intentions for the company are fucking insane. Insane.
Or they want you to buy GameStop.
Or they want you to buy GameStop.
Oh, and do the right. Oh, do the right. Looks a little downsy to me when he says that, but I don't.
But you know what? Ryan Cohen, being worth a measly $3 billion, doesn't take a $1 million salary.
I said he looks a little downsy when he does that, but
downsy.
Sorry, I've had a little bit of champagne, mediocre.
Just a touch.
I almost polished.
A little asphyxiated from the space helmet stone.
Mike, I wanted to ask you a question, right? Because you seem very intelligent, right? And this is more for the chat and more for the people listening to the video. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything like that, so don't take it that way. But what kind of information do you pay for, right? Do you pay for information, and how key is information, right? Real-time information.
Well, you know, I don't pay for any information. So most of the information I got and why I have my thesis on AMC is from the financial filings.
All right. So The reason why
Wait
I
a
bring
minute. You get your information from management guidance and 10 Qs?
Yeah, that's that's why I'm not an individual stock investor. I find that stuff really risky. Like I said, I got caught up in the hype of the squeezes with AMC and GME back in 2021. But the only reason I'm still holding them, and the only reason I've averaged down, and the only reason I was buying ape when it was $1.60 was because I understood the risk and I understand the financials if AMC got through the bankruptcy phase and got through the box office recovery phase. And I did significant amounts of research and deep dives and spreadsheet creations and understanding the box office, understanding the industry pre-COVID, understanding when it would recover, and trying to piece it all, understanding how streaming impacts it all. And there's a reason I'm here in an individual stock. I'm not a risky guy. I'm a pretty conservative investor. But when I look at AMC and the size that I put into it, I think there's, and it's not my full portfolio, obviously, but it's a decent chunk. Most of my other investments are in total market funds. So, there's a reason I'm into it because I've spent lots of hours researching it as my own due diligence to make sure I'm comfortable with buying the stock.
All right. So the reason why I brought this up, though, to get to my point, which I appreciate your answer, is I had seen a video and I had shared it in my Discord months ago. I can't even remember the gentleman's name, but the video was about basically meme stocks, AMC, GameStop, and others, right? About how AMC or apes, whatever you want to call them, investors, retail investors, have a lack of information, right? Which is true. And that's why a lot of times they lose in the stock market. And the reason why I bring this up is because I know for a fact that Tony pays for many of the information sites that I want to own myself. Okay. I'm lucky enough to be friends with Tony and I get that information anyways. But the reason I bring this up is because there's a dilution tracker for one. I really like that site a lot. Okay. And if Tony and I ever stop talking or whatever, that's one of the ones I will pick up. But there's a lot of stuff that is paid for information that we use that make us better traders. I'm just going to say that. And the lack of retail getting information is part of the problem, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The other thing,
one of the
mediocre,
reasons-
is they're listening to people who don't understand basic market function and they believe it.
And they're not getting the fucking information either, Tony. That's the whole point.
Right.
And one of the reasons why I come on the channel when Tony asked me to, and I'm honored to come on the channel, because the information gaps that I get filled in about the bond market, about how bonds trade, about stuff that I can't get for free, that I can get from financial filings, and the wealth of information of some of Tony's friends that he has on, like you with the short-term options trading, and May with her background in finance, and Sparky with his background in bonds. But like that information is invaluable in filling in those gaps and really understanding the play. And that's why for me, like people complain about short-term pricing on AMC and the short-term volatility, it doesn't even bother me anymore. Like I get what I'm into, and but it is a huge problem because there's a lack of information for your general retail trader, and I think that's why people get screwed over sometimes, right?
But tell the audience, how often are you looking at SEC Edgar for an example? You use that site, right?
I don't use a site, but I use Twitter and generally see if there's a file that posts up. I find it's the quickest way to get information. Like within 15 minutes of something getting posted on SEC Edgar, it's up there, and that's when I'll look it up. And I'll do a general skim over of some things. Like for bond filings, it's just not my area of expertise. So I'll usually wait for other experts who are covering the stock to look it up. But for quarterly filings, I don't have a finance background, but I know what's black and I know what's white, and I can run a spreadsheet. So I can run that analysis myself. I'm quite comfortable with it. But filling in that other 20% of missing information and gaps, this channel has been invaluable in doing that.
As we wrap up tonight, because we've been going for about 2 hours, I want to hit Six Sons question. Mediocre, I'm going to let you go first because I know you love this one. If you had to choose between, I'm assuming he's talking about AMC, between cost averaging down or opening a new position, what would you do? I'm going to throw this to mediocre, and I'm just going to say as a setup, we have hundreds of people in the Discord, many of them who were faced with this very decision. Mediocre.
I'm just going to say this, right? Opening a new position doesn't do anything to the issue at all, right? You're still down in the other account just because you have another account with that.
We're assuming when he says opening a new position, he means that you
Right.
still have some legacy shares.
That's what I'm thinking. He has legacy shares and he wants to open a new position instead of averaging down. That's what I'm going to assume that's what he's talking about. To me, it's the same thing, right? I would say
it is. Yeah.
at the price level we're at today, if you're looking to average down, it's a great opportunity to do so, in my opinion, to average that your stock down. Because, you know, when are you going to do it? When we're $7-10? If we get there, right? I think we can, but then you're just burning money. Like, now's the time at these low prices, if you're trying to average down, to do what you could do, but do what you can afford to do if you're willing to do that. I mean, I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just saying, if it was me, I would be averaging down. I would also be learning the wheel strategy and trying to basically take the shares you got and allow them to generate you new shares for free. That is what I try to help people do.
I'm going to answer the question, mediocre, in light of a future Series 65 test graduate. I'm being positive that I'm going to pass the test here in a couple weeks. And one thing that they hammer home, if you're going to be a financial advisor, is to understand the person that you're talking to. How's their portfolio look, and what is their risk tolerance? Is that a fair foundation that we could start talking about this
Absolutely.
question?
Risk tolerance is a big thing. Like, how much are you?
So, Six Sun, my answer to you is going to be kind of like thinking about a couple things. What's your overall portfolio look like? Or is this your only play? If so, your only play is highly speculative. First of all, you're invested in a company that has trailing 12 months negative earnings and is said for 3 years that they're going to dilute. So we have our thesis about the forward improvements, and I wholeheartedly believe in that the
all based off the box office.
The box office is going to get better. I think the earnings are going to get better. That's my belief. That might not be true, though. It's just my opinion. It's not a known.
Exactly.
So, Six Sun, I'd need to know and I don't want you to answer, but just like generally, as I would think about how I talk to people in my Discord about this, what's your portfolio look like? You should have a balanced, diversified portfolio. 90% of my investment is not in meme stocks. That's how I sleep at night. Meme stocks are my fun, my day-to-day, because I enjoy gambling. So that's my risk management. I silo and always have my meme stock investment to a small percentage of my portfolio. And any dipshit on a GameStop channel who tells you should only invest in one stock, run the fuck away. That is horrible financial advice. And it is financial advice. Like, why are you guys listening to these dipshits? However, that being said, you need to look at your overall portfolio. You need to diversify your risk. So if you have free money coming in, you have to decide what's your risk tolerance. Do you want to double down on an already risky play? Because that's 100% of your gamble. Or do you want to put it in something that you might only make 20% on over the next year, like a blue chip? Or, sometimes I find blue chip value plays where we make 20 or 30% in a couple months because we pick them up when they're cheap. It's a difficult question to answer with, personalized to any one person. because I don't know your portfolio and I don't know your risk tolerance. And if you're going to be one of those people that says, I want to sue everybody on the fucking earth if what I want to happen doesn't happen, then do not invest in AMC, because you're not a risk tolerant person. You don't understand the play. This is high risk. Invest in an ETF that matches the index. If you're a risk tolerant person, you might want to average down, because I mean, our general thought, like mediocre and me, Mike might have a different thought, but our general thesis, the way we approach this is not going to $1,000 anytime soon. So I don't know if you can average down from 40 to 8, you might be able to come out okay. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ways to analyze that question, but hopefully that provides some color. Mike, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah. So the biggest part of investing is risk tolerance, like you said, and that's individualized for each person. So the only thing I can really describe is how I've managed my strategy. And this is based on my own risk tolerance, and people have to figure out what that is for themselves. Right. So in my opinion, with AMC, I'm averaging down. So I usually do a buy every 2 weeks or once a month of the stock price. And I only average down after doing a financial analysis of what I think a very conservative estimate of what the future stock price of AMC will be based on the future box office and the amount of returns I want to get. Right. So the second the stock price goes over a certain value where I don't think I'm going to get the returns I want to get, I will not be averaging down anymore. I will be holding. Right. On top of that, because in my opinion, I think AMC and some of the meme stocks can be quite volatile on occasion and act a little bit weird. I have about 10% of the money I've allocated to AMC in long-term reliefs in options. And I do that personally to play volatility. So if we see some crazy volatility, I can make a little extra money. I put that aside. If the stock price tanks again after, I can continue averaging down. If it doesn't, then it goes back into my ETF portfolio, and everything's fine. So for me, as long as the stock is under a certain price where I think I'm going to beat S&P returns over the next 2 to 3 to 4 years, based on my analysis of the future box office potential and AMC's earnings based on their filings with the SEC, that's how I manage entering into my position. And
I can tell you guys, I talk to people that are way more bearish than us on a daily basis. And even they are saying that like under 420 seems like a pretty good entry. Like I've showed you guys my buys over the last 2 months. If you watched any of my recent videos, I started buying on this latest cycle around 420. I added some around 460. I added some more around 437. Could it go lower? Sure, could go lower. But
that's why I average in. Yeah.
But so what I'm looking at is how do the financials look? What's the box office long-term outlook? I'm not worried about day to day. The thing that could rug pull us is a complete World War III market crash, right? Look, if the market crashes,
that's short term too, though.
If the market crashes, everything is going down. That's why I keep some of my portfolio in cash.
Yeah.
Okay. But I also like the bears that I talk to. I like it under 420. I'd love to buy it under 420. And in fact, let me put up the supply and demand zones one last time before we wrap up tonight.
And just let me interject for 1 second, Tony.
Go ahead.
If you think 420's a fundamental fair value for AMC long term, what you're betting on is the box office is going to be sub 10 billion for the next 25 years.
Yeah,
that's 420.
Yeah,
based on a PE ratio of 25. I think that's a massively conservative bet that 420 is AMC stock's valuation.
Like somebody much smarter than me, Mike, said that if you're betting on AMC, if you're speculating on AMC, it's like buying a leap, a long-term call option on future box office. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Anya asks in the comments right now, how much lower could AMC go? Anya, I don't know. We were at $2 back in what, April? I bought down here, Anya, and I sold on this run up to 12. If it dropped down to $2, would I be buying again? Absolutely, because there is zero indication based on current info that this company is going bankrupt.
Look at the bond market.
Look at the bond prices. I covered it in my video a couple nights ago.
Great information there.
You must understand the box office and how the bond market is looking at things and the company communication. If there's a temporary distortion in price based on something not related to the movie industry, and I'm still bullish in the long term, if it crashes, I will likely buy more. I'm going to have to evaluate it if it happens, but I have these green demand zones drawn on my chart for a reason, because those are to remind me if it drops in there, Tony, you ought to consider buying. Does that mean that that's the floor? If some shit happens? No, there's no guarantees. But look how close we are. I got money ready to go. Not financial advice. I'm a speculator, and I have a very reasonably managed risk position in this stock. I'm not betting my house or my retirement on this stock. But if it drops down here, would I like to buy more? Yes. I got to evaluate the news that makes it drop. But look, we got bounce, bounce, bounce. What do you think is going to most likely
happen? It's going to fucking bounce, Tony.
What do you think's going to happen, mediocre? Bounce, baby. Bounce. I think the most likely answer, unless the market gets eviscerated, is that it's going to bounce. I can't guarantee shit to you guys, but that's what I'm looking at. So
technical analysis. Hey, Tony. So
yo.
There was a comment up there a few minutes ago talking about they wanted to do a shot, and I finished the champagne, so I'm like, fuck it, let's do a shot. But I just wanted to show you here. This here. You see this?
Hang on. Go ahead. Yeah, what you got? Special cola soda?
It says Speed Cola because I'm not a gamer.
Cola.
I'm not a gamer. This is a Call of Duty fucking shot glass for anybody who's...
Oh, yeah. I've heard you were accused of not being a gamer, mediocre. You shouldn't talk about GameStop. Hey, bro. Babe, do you have a tattoo? Do you have a tattoo, mediocre?
No.
You're not fucking qualified to talk about GameStop, bitch. Booyah! All right. Teja, I want to thank you for the super chat. That's my first super chat in like 12 months. Thank you. Very unpopular channel here.
If Q4 goes 3.2 billion, Tony, you want to get matching AMC tattoos, being mediocre or what?
Right here. I'm
wait. Say that again.
If the Q3 or Q4 box office goes 3.2 billion, you guys want to get matching AMC tattoos?
Listen,
I'm not going to sell my soul to some fucking corporate. Do you think I worship Ryan Cohen or Adam Aaron enough to put some fucking corporate logo on my body? What kind of dipshit does that? You got to be a little bit. You got to be a little bit dented in the head, mediocre, to do some shit like that.
Johnny, before this fucking video, I wanted to put a fucking. Listen, I wanted to put a fucking piece of painter's tape, like the blue painter's tape, on my fucking mask here that said "Day Trader" right across here.
Making pennies. Day trader. You're making pennies day by day, mediocre. Let's go. Sparky says he bought AMC at 440. Sparky, let's go! Come on, man.
Let's go, Sparky.
Even Sparky got on board. Oh my gosh. Let's
Now
go,
hold it, Sparky. Hold it to 2027, buddy.
Sparky.
Trade bonds. You hold that.
I ride with you.
Let's go.
I just kidding. Guys, we're having fun. Tonight is the celebration of Q3 domestic box office. This is not company specific, despite what the cuckoo people want to tell you. We're celebrating Q3 box office. As a reminder, as we wrap up tonight, I predicted that this quarter would top out at 2.6 billion, and I promise you, if we exceeded that, I'd get drunk with you and have a bottle of champagne if we beat it, and we beat it. So I'm fulfilling my promise. We will, as far as any company specific info, we'll know that in 5 weeks. We might break out the astronaut helmets again, mediocre, in 5 weeks, but tonight is not about a company. I want to be clear about that, because the dummies, they do not talk about the AMC. It's not about that. We're
my fucking portfolio.
My portfolio. No, it's not about that. We're celebrating box office. We're celebrating you guys, the movie lovers. Thank you. Thank you for going to watch some movies. You all participated. You all helped. Tonight is for you.
Tony, I'm going to go find a fucking old-fashioned cuckoo clock, and I'm going to hang that fucking thing right here. You like that one, Mike? No, you do. Go ahead.
You guys are a lot of fun tonight, I'll tell you that much.
I'm always a lot of fun.
Oh, shit.
But on YouTube, you know, I can't be too crazy, Mike, because I got people need to be able to take me seriously. But hey, come hang out in real life if you're ever in Texas. We'll talk politics. We'll get drunk. We'll tell some crazy jokes, and you'll see.
If AMC goes to the moon, I'm definitely down.
Let's go.
Me and the old lady, it's our 40th.
Where are you at, Mike? You're in Florida or Michigan?
No, I am nowhere near there. I prefer not to disclose my location.
That's
all right. Mike. But me and the old lady will be down in Nashville for her 40th next year. So when we're down
all right,
there,
let us know. Hey, I got relatives. I got family in Nashville now. I got family in Nashville now. I'm not from Nashville, but I'd love to go party in Nashville again. My wife and I went there for a wedding a year or two ago. What a fucking fun town. And Gus, you better fucking drive down there and meet us, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
She's a big country fan, so we're gonna go down for a week. We're gonna hit up all the tourism and Grand Ole Opry and stuff for the first 5 days, and see if we can call on a bunch of friends to come down for the weekend and go party in Nashville. So I'll let you know when that's happening. You want to come join us?
I just want to tell you, for sure. I got to tell you guys a story about my buddy Gus in the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah, he used to work in construction, and so he was working down there at the Grand Ole Opry, and he actually been on that stage, and he sang a little jingle. Yep, it's true. That was
historic, man. It's pretty fucking cool.
I have been to the Grand Ole Opry, fantastic venue. When I went with my wife a year or two ago, it was closed on the weekend that we were there. So I didn't get to take her, but I would love to go back. And Mike, please, I'm serious. Let me know when you're going. We're down for a trip to Nashville anytime. It is the second best party city. It's the second best party city after Austin, Texas.
I'm in possession of a redhead as well, similar to you. So I'm sure they would get along just great.
Very nice. Very nice. Blonde hair, blue eyes?
Redhead, blue eyes, yeah.
Oh, you got a gem. You got a rarity there, Mike. Enjoy.
She is a gem. She is unlike any other.
They're a little bit difficult, but they're worth it, huh?
Yeah, well, it takes a lot. It took a lot to keep me a single lady man, but she did the job, and I'm quite happy where I'm at right now. So.
Anya says, Gus will bring the moonshine. Let's go, Anya. Anya, you come down from Maryland and visit us too. And I think I told you, Anya, my wife's best friend lives up in your area in Maryland. And next time we go up and visit her, we're going to come say hi to you, Anya. And guys, unless you're one of the crazies, if Popcorn Project not included, if y'all are ever in Texas, let me know. In Austin specifically, I'm always happy to meet you guys. I'm the same fucking person in real life as here, not paid by anybody. I'm just a retail dummy like you guys who has the luxury of being home 20 hours a day to read filings and try and knock some common sense into your heads.
He must be
Because
selling.
I want you to win. I want you to fucking win.
Tony,
and everybody hates me because I want you to win, and I don't kowtow to their conspiracy theories.
When we did 3.5 billion in Q4, Tony, we're gonna be doing nothing but winning. That's what we're gonna do.
Tony, tell him you're selling a fucking 1,000 chicken coops a week.
I designed.
Business.
I have multiple businesses. That's no secret.
I'm sorry.
E-commerce businesses because I work from home. Look, during COVID, I learned AutoCAD and I learned how to design things, and I sell things for $95 a pop. Would you stay at home if you could sell something over and over and over? $95, $95, $95, $95.
Yes.
Would you do that?
100%.
People want to laugh at me, make fun of me. Oh, why don't you get a real job? Because, bro, I don't need to. I use my brain. You want to learn how to use your brain? Spend a little more time on this channel. The people that
make money and
the people that laugh at me for selling AutoCAD drawings just cracks me up how pathetically jealous they are. Because they have to go to a 9 to 5 every day, or they have to go to 11 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'm sorry, you got to work third shift. I'm really sorry. Go stock the shelves, unload the trucks, mop the floors. I don't got to do that. I haven't had to do that for 20 fucking years.
It would take you 14 shifts to get your AMC tattoo, Tony.
I mean, could you fucking imagine being a janitor at a fucking Costco?
No, I can't imagine it. And the fact that a janitor at Costco would try and throw shade at me for working for home, using my brain, selling shit on the internet, pathetic. It's just pathetic. It's pathetic, mediocre. Can I repeat that it is pathetic? They don't want you to watch the real information, mediocre. They don't want you to get smart. They don't want you to be able to learn how to work at home and day trade and make pennies per day.
I just noticed this. Did you guys take your ties off? It's like time
I got a little comfortable.
The ties are off.
I got a little comfortable. The fuck, you got a problem with that?
It's like the start of the stream was business. The end of the stream is party.
Yes, we did.
I can't stay in that fucking monkey suit all night.
The funny thing is, Mike, it's not a fucking tie, bro. It's a t-shirt.
That is, you guys are a lot of fun.
Shit.
Nashville. I'll give you private messages once we get it planned out, Tony.
Yeah, I'd love to hang out with you and the redhead. And my wife is fun to hang out. She's a fucking crazy Texas redhead too, Mike. So we'd love to hang out with you guys.
Perfect.
She loves to have fun. Not in that way, Morant. Stop. Yeah, no, we don't swing that way, bro. All right. Any other final comments tonight, guys? Anya says, I think your rain barrel water collection system is pretty cool. I do have another YouTube channel that I started during COVID. What's it called, Anya? Texas Organic Gardening, I think.
Tony, put up Celeb's comment real quick. It's fucking
Who's?
Celebs.
Yeah, go sub to my other YouTube channel. Texas Organic Gardening, I think it's called. I'm getting a little delinquent on providing some updates on that, but yeah, I have videos that are approaching 1 million views on that channel. I should go pay it more attention. Did you say Sparky's comment?
No, Celeb.
All right, I'm looking. Oh, Caleb. That's not celeb. Caleb, bro.
Caleb.
Come on.
Man. Caleb, there you go. Leave me
He's the
alone.
manager of janitors. I mean,
Boss
look,
janitor.
we all got to start somewhere. Mediocre. Caleb, we all got to start somewhere. Don't hate. Don't hate on the bro. Don't hate on the babe.
I'm not hating. I don't hate on nobody. Listen, here's the truth. If anybody seriously wants to talk, real talk with me, I'm down to talk with anybody. Just don't be an asshole. We can have a serious conversation. That's
If
all
you
I
can
gotta
have a conversation without insulting, what's the list, mediocre? Insulting, doxing,
Yeah, there's no reason
shifting
for
the topic. Like, you got to be able to stay on topic. If you can't discuss a topic without shifting to an insult, that I already know you're weak. I know you're weak because you can't stay on topic. If you can't do that, we don't want to talk to you. But if you don't agree with us, that's cool. We love
I don't care.
dissent. But be an adult about it. The problem is most people can't be adult. They're fucking juveniles, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. YOLO Ono's in the house. What's up, brother? To put another shrimp on the barbie.
Go ahead, Mikey.
That's why my bullish one's so strong. And just like when people start calling you names and insulting you, you know you already won.
You know you already won. They exposed their weak side. They turned their underbelly up. The people that do the insults and the doxing crack me up because they have nothing meaningful to say. Fucking address the DD, bro. Come on. Address the DD. Math and Finance 101 is not hard. Address it head on. I dare you. And don't fucking talk to me about book value because I will mop the floor with you, you janitor.
I want to say to Caleb, you work a third shift job. It is what it is, brother. No, I'm not picking on anybody. Like whatever you have to do to take care of your family is what you have to do. Right. And that's the way that I've worked a third shift in the past.
Caleb, I worked a second shift job. My wife has worked overnight shifts because she chose to. There's nothing wrong with working third shift. No. But the people that's, there's people that say, if you don't work a real job, you're nobody. Don't listen to them. Aspire to greatness. Aspire to figure out a way to do it for yourself. It's tough. It's tough doing it for yourself. I'm not going to lie to you. It's fucking tough. But look, I've worked all my fucking life. I've worked 2 jobs, been in the military, and gone to college all at the same fucking time, including working second shift.
And dabbled in acting.
How many fucking people in our Discord, seriously, how many people in our Discord trade as a way of life, as a way to survive?
Very few, a handful.
Right.
Is that fair? A handful?
I mean, would you say that we're surrounded by people who don't work as well? Just trade?
We have some that just work from home and trade, but I mean, the majority have a regular job, mediocre.
No, I agree. The majority does, right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there are people who make a living off of trading. I ain't one of them.
And why is that such a bad thing? Like, why am I so hated because I work from home? I have e-commerce businesses and I trade and I do 1 or 2 videos a week. Why does that make me a bad guy?
I still work even though people think I'm a trust fund baby. Believe me.
The biggest part is who gives a fuck what other people think.
I don't care.
Believe me, I don't. I don't give a shit what they say. It is mostly amusement for me what they say because they don't know
even
shit.
Even to that person who said that, who did that, right? I'm just going to tell you, look, I will help you if you really want to know.
I will too.
Discuss shit with you, seriously.
We want to help. We want to help all of you, but you got to let some stuff go, and you got to let the hate go first of all, and then you might need to let some of the conspiracy stuff go. Also, you got to be open-minded. You got to be willing to learn.
Yeah, I'm not
Finance 101. We're not trying to teach you. We're not trying to teach you complicated shit.
No,
I have an educational playlist of the very basics on my YouTube channel. That's like, go watch that. That's like the minimum you need to know, and you'll do just fine. Unplug from all the bullshit. You're being fed a bunch of bullshit from grifters and conspiracy theorists, and they hate me for saying that. They hate me for saying that.
Logic.
You can do just fine
goes a
unplugging
long
from that.
way.
Trust me. And if a stock runs up, you're still going to be there. You're still going to be there. I'll be there with you. Mediocre will be there with you. We don't deny that there's manipulation in the market. There's absolutely.
I think there is.
There's absolutely manipulation in the market, but you need to understand why they're manipulating it. That comes down to the foundation of understanding how are they valuing the stock and why? Why are they manipulating it, if you want to use that word?
If you like
because
Hall,
no one's going to come to our defense until the fundamentals improve.
If you like Adam Aaron at all, has said the best way to get shorts to cover is to improve the fundamentals of the business.
I want to close by saying this. No one is going to come to your defense until the fundamentals improve. The shorts have a field day because there's no one willing to go in and buy it until the fundamentals show that it's underpriced. That's why I want to buy it. GameStop, AMC, whatever. I only want to buy it when it's underpriced. I don't want to buy it every day. I don't want to buy it at any price. Use common sense. Understand how they're analyzing it, and you can know where it makes sense to buy. Look at fucking Sparky. Sparky bought at 440. Ding, ding, ding. Listen up, people.
Yeah.
Come on. We're trying to teach you reasonable strategies to make money.
I don't know what to say.
But I'm the
Tony.
bad guy. But I'm the bad guy. Okay.
And you know what's funny is, Tony, you know, like, I like doing lives with you. That's true, right? But like making YouTube videos and stuff like that really doesn't interest me, guys. You know what interests me? The market in trading interests me, right? But people have been asking me, and Tony, you can vouch for me on this, to start making more YouTube videos and be more present. Not because I need the clout or any of that bullshit, because I really don't care. I'll shut the shit off tomorrow and not care. But I think people actually want to hear the stuff that we're talking about. And so people want me to come out and talk about it. And so I think I'm going to do more, just to let you all know.
I hope you do, Mediocre, because you are a sane voice in this community of crazies. I hope you do. And Mike, keep on being a force for good.
Yeah, Mike. Appreciate you, dude.
You not only are you bullish, you're also sane bullish. You're like chaotic good, Mike.
Tell the truth, even if it means your death. That's what they say, right?
Diatog says, Tony, did you happen to share how you calculated the price per share AMC got in their latest debt deal? Yes. I don't know if I shared it, but maybe in the Discord I did. But take how much they spent minus the cash. You got the remaining amount, and then divide that by 11.01 million shares or whatever. Comes to about 448 per share. Does that sound right, Mike?
Yeah, yeah.
So whatever they paid
50,
off,
yeah.
whatever they paid off minus the cash, you got a remaining amount. Divide that by the amount of shares. That's your share price.
And there's also the, I would assume interest is included as well too. So maybe it's a bit better than that, but still in my
Anya knows because she's been in my Discord for a long time. Mediocre's told you too. Mediocre hates me because I'm so fucking patient. Tony waits and waits and waits until it gets close to the bottom. And you know, Anya, I don't always get the bottom. You've beat me with a lower entry on plays than myself, Anya. But I have an extraordinary amount of patience, and I'm gonna credit all my crazy ex-girlfriends and my redhead wife on teaching me patience. Look, credit goes where credit's due.
That shit don't make you patient. Nothing.
Patience is a virtue.
But when you're right, never back down. Never give up ground. Take all the heat, take all the bullshit. But when you're right, stand strong.
Matt says you guys are the only real traders that talk facts about the meme stocks that helps everyone make money on these plays. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that comment.
Absolutely,
We do our
Matt.
best. We do our best. It's not popular. Look, I'm blocked by most of the pumpers, and I'm excoriated by most of the conspiracy theorists.
And listen to us all. We all have different trading strategies too.
I have no hate for anybody. I will engage in a conversation with anybody, but once you cross that line into being a hateful person, that's an automatic block. I don't care if you disagree with my opinion. We all learn. Hey, disagree with my opinion. That's cool. Share your DD with me. Maybe I'll learn something. But when you start the attacking and the doxing and the insulting, then I know you don't really have much to offer. You haven't really thought about your thesis. You're just, if you don't agree with me, you're shit. Okay. Block. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. And for any of you that ever want to disagree with me, I encourage it. Just be a decent human. I learn from you. I learn from you all.
If you want a strong thesis and you want to poke holes in it, go in a room full of bears and argue with them all. And you'll find out where your thesis is lacking and where it's strong. And
Mike, you go hard against those. You go hard against those people, Mike.
Yeah. And I'm waiting for somebody to show me something that's like, oh fuck, I'm wrong. I haven't seen it yet.
You'll be waiting for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Don't hold your fucking breath, Mike.
I did. Please
Mike,
tell me something.
There are a lot of negative people in this play, the movie industry play, Mike. I've asked them for their DD. They haven't provided me jack shit.
Zero.
They haven't provided me jack shit. They only provide me emotion. When you only provide me emotion, I know you're already going to be a look, it's a her. Because I'm sitting strong at 440.
But the second I enter
my cost basis is the current price of the stock. What's my risk from here? What's my risk from here?
But the second I enter a room and someone, the second I enter a room and a bear says something, and I'm just like, "Fuck, you're right." I'll change though. That's the important part. You got to be.
Yeah. If somebody gave me a compelling argument, Mike,
but as it stands right now,
when you
if somebody gave me a compelling argument, I might share it. Share it. Hey, this guy had a good point.
Logic and fucking common sense. I am going to look and say, "Oh, what the fuck?"
But if you want to talk about retained earnings,
get
dumbass,
the fuck out of here.
You know what the fuck you're talking about? Get the fuck out of here. Come on.
AMC lost money in 2021. No shit, dipshit. I wonder why.
Hey, Mike.
Out of here
Mike. AMC lost money in Q1 and Q2 2024, Mike.
No shit, dipshit.
I don't want to hear any excuses. That's what they say, Mike. I got this fucking on recording. I don't want to hear any excuses. They lost money in Q1 and Q2. Mike,
you're right, they did.
Mike, would a reason is a reason a synonym for an excuse? If you provided someone a reason like a strike, is that an excuse?
A historical, unprecedented, longest strike ever that pushed about $3 billion of domestic box office to 2025. I would say that's a pretty good reason why the first two quarters were bad.
Yeah.
Somewhat decent.
You're exactly right, Mike. It's not a fucking excuse. It's a reason. And if you can't understand reasons, go buy GameStop at $23 a share. And good luck to you.
Or if you do, sell calls on it because the premiums are still pretty good.
Sell puts, maybe. I mean, buy puts.
Yeah.
Buy puts. If you think this stock is going down from here, go buy puts. That's what I would say. And post your screenshots. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
That's right, because selling fucking puts is fucking bullish, people.
Selling puts is bullish. I'm saying if you're gonna smack talk AMC and you think the box office is not gonna recover, don't fucking come at me, bro. If you ain't posting your screenshots of buying your puts because you're a fucking pussy. You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit, bro.
And you, with all your expertise, is right. Well, everyone in the industry is completely delusional. Right. Tell me another fucking story. Like, tell me this guy is green. Sure, motherfucker. I don't think so.
What do you
Matt
mean?
says,
Hold on. Are you telling me that the CEO of IMAX doesn't know what he's talking about?
he's a fucking shill for Adam Aaron, mediocre.
He's
That
a
guy is
fucking
so.
shill for AMC.
He's paid by private equity. Go check episode 127.
I listened to the IMAX earnings call. That guy was more jacked about earnings than even fucking AMC and fucking CNK.
Let's go, Mike.
And the thing is, like I look at CNK, like fucking IMAX is ridiculously undervalued based on fucking what they're showing in their slate. Like, holy fuck! I wish I had that entry that you did on IMAX, Tony.
I'm up over 30% on IMAX, although it did get smacked a little bit today.
Hold on,
I just love the movie industry because it's so transparent, Mike. We can see every day what the box office looks like. It's a fucking beautiful play. There's no guesswork.
Hold on, time out. Listen, Mike, I got a question for you. Are you telling me that you check out IMAX, you check out Cinemark, you check out Cineworld? You look at all of those to see what's going on in their companies as far as the box office? You're a fucking
Cineworld
chill,
won't be a
man.
company for long. It's gonna be Cineworld Q.
Mediocre.
I check them all out.
Mediocre. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go for it.
I did not buy the bottom of IMAX, but I'm up more than GameStop for the fiscal year in 2 months.
Really? I think in terms of
2 months. 2 months I'm up on IMAX more than GameStop for the entire fiscal year. And these guys want to fucking brag about GameStop. Get the fuck out of here.
Mike,
come on,
Mike,
bro.
I think in terms
Come on, babe.
next to AMC, IMAX is the next most undervalued. IMAX is massively undervalued as well too. It
was undervalued 2 months ago, and I snatched that shit up.
Mike,
I follow the movie industry. Welcome to tonight's celebration of the Q3 domestic box office. We're not talking about one stock. We are celebrating the industry.
Did you see IMAX's future release slate? And
yes,
like every two weeks they have a brand new release of IMAX.
I gotta tell Mike something.
IMAX theaters make 4 times the amount of regular theaters.
It's
and
beautiful.
Who has the most
it's an asset light investment, Mike. It's beautiful.
Who has the most IMAXs in the country, Tony?
AMC, bitch.
Holy fuck, imagine.
Hey, Mike, I just want to let you know, I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to get it out there. Did you know, Mike?
I love your hat, by the way.
Thank you. Mike, did you know that my portfolio is up 90% and it's beating the fucking SPY year over year? Did you know that?
Congratulations, sir. That's most active traders do not beat the SPY. You're killing it, buddy. That's awesome.
90 fucking percent.
Let's go. Hey, Anya.
That's unreal.
Anya, GCT was up what? 9.7% today. Let's fucking go, Anya.
I was told that traders don't make money. They chase losses all the time. That's what I heard on the internet.
We were buying GCT at 25. I bought a little at 22. I loaded the boat at $18. Look at this shit, Anya. Anya beat me on the entry of GCT. She was listening in the Discord. I started paying attention here when it fell below the demand zone. I added a little more here. I loaded the boat down here, babies. Look at this shit. $15 up to 25, 21, you bitches. Come on, let's go. You guys want to know, I don't talk about all my trades on YouTube. Why? Because nobody fucking cares. Nobody fucking cares about making 20 or 30% in 2 months. They want to make 1,000% tomorrow.
Just like nobody gives a fuck about my portfolio.
Why don't you guys want to fucking learn how to trade smart? What is the problem with you guys? We're knocking it out of the fucking park over here. But go ahead and go buy GameStop. Load your boats, buddies.
The best fucking stock in the market, Tony.
It's the only thing you should be investing in, mediocre. Namaste.
And GameStop could do amazing, but they need.
Why make 30% in 2 months when you could make it 25% in a year, mediocre?
Nah, I can't do that, man.
I can't with these dipshits, man. I just can't. Jesus Christ.
On a serious note, though, I think the three of us can honestly say we're willing to help anybody as far as learning and understanding market mechanics and the way shit works. I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. I can show you things that I have noticed and I have seen, opinion only, by the way, and you can make your own judgment. But if you're not willing to look and use common sense to at least fact check what I'm saying, I don't know what to tell you.
And just be aware of your strengths and your limitations. You want to talk to me about AMC's statement of operations. I'll run through those numbers like a motherfucker. You want to talk to me about AMC bonds? Well, talk to Tony or talk to May or talk to Sparky. Those are the better people. But realize where you know information and realize where your information is lacking. And that's, if you're just honest with yourself, you're going to do fine. If you're delusional, you're going to get fucked up.
If your automatic response is to believe other people, you probably ought to turn your fingers back here and figure out how you fucked up, because you're probably listening to the wrong people. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Like I tell my young children, like if one person says fuck you, well, I'll tell them fuck you back. If everyone's telling you fuck you, maybe you need to course correct and figure out what you're doing wrong.
I like that.
I've been teaching my fucking kids. They're going to be so fucking rich. It's not even funny. Tony, it's true.
I know. I hear you.
They're going to be a bunch of trust fund babies is what you're saying, mediocre?
Knifey says Cosm integration thoughts. I really don't want to comment on Cosm, Knifey. Really, I'd like to not go there. Would AA, are you talking about the ticker COSM? Would AA go for one theater or a couple as an experiment? I don't know if you're like talking about the ticker or what. You're confusing me. Jesus is Lord. Amen, brother. He says, mocking will only get you so far, my friend. It's not a short-term run. It's having a view at what a company, who's doing the mocking, Jesus? Is it us tonight, or is it the dipshits on social media?
I'm sticking my hand out to all of you to come be friendly with me and talk logically. That's it.
We trying to do our best to avoid mocking, insulting, doxing. Like, I just want to talk DD. Like, you don't like my DD? That's cool. Tell me your opposing thesis.
Yeah, Jesus, I think it's like Tony said before, if you believe in Ryan Cohen and you think his super secret plan is going to create massive amounts of revenue for GME, it's an unreal play.
That's cool with me if you do believe in that. It's cool with me if you do believe in that. Just say that's what I believe in and stop talking about fundamentals, because you're lying to your audience.
Yeah, because their earnings are down, or sorry, their
revenue's falling.
$3
trailing
billion
12 months, negative operating income. They're lying about.
Yeah.
Did you know they're lying about the operating income, Mike?
Yeah, I heard that. It's just
did you watch
the legacy business is just trying to stay afloat and break even until Ryan comes up with this super secret plan. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a great job of cutting costs, but at some point, look, I've worked in the corporate world for 15 fucking years, guys. Fortune 100 company. There's going to be a point of diminishing returns where they can't cut costs as fast as the revenue is falling.
Yeah, the revenue is dropping so
So
much that it's basically done now.
people say I don't know
What it is.
anything about corporate or inventory. Guess fucking what? You know how many weekends I worked overtime doing inventory, you bitches?
Yeah.
Do you
The
fucking know?
point that-
No, you don't know shit about me. Shut the fuck up.
The comment that Knifey did make is definitely legit though. Up at top there, it is definitely odd how AMC and GME trade very similarly, even though they're completely different industries and completely different fundamentals.
Understand the fundamentals. That will help you in your trade.
Yeah.
And if you want to speculate, that's cool by me. I'll be right there with you, bros. But I'll be in there with you at a lower cost basis. That's all I'm going to say. And mediocre, am I lying?
No, not at all.
Anya, am I lying? I'll be right there with you, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to have a lower cost basis and I'm going to fucking take,
I'm going to tell you guys a
fucking take
trade.
profits, bitches.
I had a very nice trade a few weeks ago. I don't remember the exact date. I could pull it up in my trade history, but it was a very good trade. So when I exited that trade, I immediately sold puts for an entry on AMC, and I ended up with the shares. Okay, which I'm okay with that. No problem. I have no problem holding AMC. But this fucking Denaro guy over here fucking comes in and he buys the fucking bottom again, and it pisses me off, you guys. You don't understand. Like, I gotta get the fucking bottom. He can't be beating me. God. And it's not competition, but it's annoying. When you're a trader, you'll know what I mean. That's all I'm gonna say.
You beat me sometimes, mediocre. You had a good trade on what was that one? ASTS?
That was a great trade. I admit it, yeah.
Yeah. You got me on that. I'm okay. I celebrate y'all's wins.
Oh, I'm glad you're winning. That's not that.
I celebrate everybody's wins. I want all of y'all to win. I might not participate in every trade, but I want all of y'all to win. Anya says, mediocre, do you think you got out of JetBlue too early?
Well, I may have gotten out a little early. It did go up afterwards, but you know what, Anya? I don't care. I was profitable. I don't give a shit. I moved my money somewhere else and made money. I don't even think about it.
That's the liberty of taking a profit. Like sometimes we get out too early. I do it too. Sometimes we get out too early, but we're looking for like, what can we roll that into that could be better? Sometimes we fuck up, Anya. Sometimes we leave profits on the table, but we worry about it. That's like learning to leave the emotions behind.
I'm not sure what play I did after that, but I took that money. So my whole goal, so I'll just tell everybody in the chat. The reason why I entered JetBlue, it was a great deal. It got smacked down because of some sort of dilution. I ended up buying the bottom at 450, and I sold calls against it. When I exited, the reason I was doing that and not AMC is because AMC was trading between 5 and 530. Okay. And I wanted my entry below $5. I mean, people don't like to hear that. For some reason, they just want to buy every day or whatever they're doing. I don't necessarily do that. I look for an entry where I know I'm good. I believe, my opinion, is anything above $5 is a pretty good, anything below $5, what I'm trying to say, is a pretty good entry for me. I'm comfortable with that. So when Tony gets like a 440 or a
420,
yeah, that shit irks me because I want that fucking price. So the reason why I was in JetBlue is because it came back to 450 on you, and I made from 450 to $5. I'm very happy with that trade, and I know it went back up to $6, and that would have been great if I stayed in it. But I immediately took the money. I think I went back into AMC or Lunar, one of those. I'm not sure exactly what I did. I'd have to go back and look at my history.
I want to just address JP, and then we'll get to Knifey. JP says, do you see AMC going below $4? I don't know, man. Depends on the market. If I already showed the AMC chart and where the demand zones are, And so just scroll back and look for those green bars. I'm going to be buying in those demand zones. And if it crashes below them, I've got cash set aside. You got to look at the overall market and the economy and the world and what's going on. Why is the market crashing? Is it because of World War III, or is it just because of concerns? If it's not some like catastrophic event, and I think that my thesis on the industry is still sound, then I'm probably going to be buying if it drops in those demand zones. That's just me, not advice for you guys. I'm just telling you how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it. And Knifey says, can we talk about 566? Yes, we can. Adam Aaron said that after the debt restructuring, I heard him at the Variety Tech Conference. He said that at 566, 414 million of bonds will automatically convert. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. And that might be controversial. Mike might be wanting to strangle me right now. There's probably a couple AMC YouTubers that fucking want to slit my throat for saying that. But guys, I'm just going to tell you, I've read the documents, and it says at the, what's the word? At the, it's the bondholder's choice when they convert. At the option of the, option is not the right word. Mike, help me out. The bondholders decide when they convert. The threshold is 566. That is true.
Right. It
But
could go higher.
the bonds are trading at premium to par, which means there's some value to the capital appreciation above 566, which means that they probably aren't going to convert at 566, despite what Adam Aaron said. And I could not find any wording in the documents that said automatic convert. Now, the higher it goes above 566, the higher it goes, the more likely they are to convert, because they could capture that capital appreciation above the strike price.
Yeah, like, no, I'm not mad at that comment, Tony. He might have just been simplifying it.
I think he was
He might have
simplifying.
misspoken or whatever. But if I owned those convertibles until 2030, and I had more sophisticated tools than the spreadsheet I run on AMC's potential profit and earnings, I would sit there and collect my bond payments, and I would not fucking touch those convertibles until like
These guys have
2028
way more
or
tools, like, to
2029,
figure out how to
because the
profit
stock
off
could
this
be
shit till
valued
2030.
at like, yeah, the stock could be valued massively higher from now if the box office.
If you were a
performs.
bondholder and you thought this
I would
thing was
touch-
going to $15, would you want to fucking automatically convert at 566? No,
Absolutely not.
you'd want to wait. So I'm going to use my logical head, like I was in the finance industry, and I'm going to say, what do I desire as far as my total gain on this loan that I made? Do I think that I should jump out at 566, or do I think that the industry and the company are going to improve and I could jump out at 8, 9, 12, $15 and 3x, 5x my gains? I want you guys to think like that. And I want you to read the documents yourself. And I want you to tell me if you see anything that says automatic convert at 566.
Sparky says Cinemark bonds are at $200 price.
Yes, Cinemark bonds are Cinemark convertibles are well past the strike price, and they've not converted. So for all of the clickbaiters and the people, 566 or the new fucking clickbait talking point. Come on, guys. These people don't know what they're talking about. Show me in the documents where it says automatic convert at 560. I'm just going to say, show me. If I would love you to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
The more important part of that interview that I think everyone's glossing over, Tony, was the comment that he made that part of this debt refinancing included a clause that they could refinance in 2026.
Yes.
Potentially when the bond, when the company's financials are better and the bonds are upgraded to a date even further out than
beautiful
2029 and 2030, which would be a massive savings
Yep.
on AMC's operation statement.
I'm still looking for the words that say that, but yes, I heard him say that. And
yeah. So if that's the case, that could be massive. That, like, starting 2026, that could be a massive improvement to AMC's financials.
I think the whole 566 thing is mostly irrelevant. Like, who fucking cares? 566, 8, 12, who cares? All you need to know as a common stock investor is that at some point over 566, it's going to convert. That's all I need to know. I don't care. I don't care where they convert. I know that at some point over that they will. That's all I need to know. So it's an irrelevant talking point. It's clickbait nonsense. It's not going to be, in my opinion, automatic at 566. And Adam or Sean Goodman, if you're listening and I'm wrong, email me, bros.
Is there nothing then in those SEC filings that talk about?
I've read them over and over and over, Mike. I've read them over and over. I can't find it. If y'all find it, tell me, please.
No, not the 566. I mean about the extending the bond maturities.
Yeah, I'm still looking for that, Mike. I can't comment because I'm still looking. I'm reading and rereading and reading and rereading. It's like 200 pages, these damn documents.
That's why I'll leave it to you guys. Saves me some time. Well, I'll let you and Sparky and me dig into that, and if you guys find anything on that, because that point to me seemed the most glossed over, but the most bullish out of everything he talked about.
I'm looking. Mike, if I find it, I will send it to you. I want to find where it says if conditions improve, they can refinance the debt. I want to find that.
26, yeah.
Yes.
That would be huge, because all of a sudden
I spent a day looking. I haven't found it yet, but good Lord, it's a fucking lot of reading, Mike. No one wants to do that dirty work. No. They don't make it easy on us.
No, they don't.
They don't make it easy on us.
No.
Well, Tony, that's why I provide you all the views on your YouTube channel and generate you about 3 cents of income a month.
If I find it, guys, I'm going to tell you. If I find it, I will tell you. I haven't given up.
We don't got a fucking AI bot to fucking read it for us and trade for us either.
Oh, that reads 7 points. 7 points of data from each filing. But yeah, that one was the most intriguing to me. But until I see the paperwork or until you guys tell me otherwise, I'll just.
I'm not going to comment on it, Mike, until I make up my mind. But so far, I'm still looking and I haven't found it. But it's probably there. I don't think he would lie about that. But Diatog says the BK says that AMC can soft call the bonds if the share price is. Yes, that is true. 140% above the exchange rate. That I do remember seeing. But that's not 566, right? We agree on that.
Can you throw up a couple comments, Tony?
Absolutely. What you got?
Throw up the Monkey Tamer Ape Heavy.
Monkey Tamer Ape Heavy. Oh boy. Make it easy on a brother. All right. Is it one before that?
Yeah. And then get trees mows right behind that.
Can you just read it? Because I can't find it.
All right, I'll find it. It says Tony and mediocre, not capping. We making serious money, guys.
Yeah. Let's go.
And then Treesmo says, heck yeah, Gus. I've been green for a couple of months now. What do they have in common, Tony? What do those two people have in common?
They're in our Discord.
What else? What strategy are they running?
The wheel?
Absolutely.
Sparky says AMC soft call, but it is very rare. AMC doesn't benefit from forcing conversion before maturity. And guys, look, I'm going to say I'm not a bond expert. I'm trying to catch up as fast as I can and definitely studying for the Series 65 test is helping me catch up, and talking to smart people like May and Sparky. They get a lot of hate, especially May, but these are smart fucking people, guys. When it comes to bonds, you should not discount or put hate on these people that are willing to share their time and their expertise. If Sparky says something, I'm going to give it some serious weight. I don't take everything that everybody says at face value. I'm going to do my own research and my own DD, but that's what he says. So let's see. We got Jason's General, the Pactor video. We're talking about GameStop now. Pactor video comes across as fear-mongering by individuals who are clearly afraid of the plan. Maybe so. Yeah, he seems very negative, and I don't appreciate the way he talks about retail traders. Jason, I don't appreciate it one damn bit. They're trying to stuff their skeletons in the closet. Maybe so. Maybe so. But aside from whatever Pactor said, Jason, I just try and do my own analysis, and I will publish the video probably tomorrow. And you guys probably are not going to like it. I'm just going to tell you now. I'm going to publish my Finance 101 math about the valuation for GameStop. And don't let the GameStop, what's the word, mediocre? Grifters, pumpers. Don't let them lie to you that when I tell you how to do a valuation, don't let them lie to you that that is my price target. Because when I explain to you how to value a stock, that is not my price target. I'm trying to explain to you how I'm looking at a play so that I can decide at what point I'm comfortable buying in for my risk tolerance. Because these dipshits on the GameStop channels are telling you buy every day at every price. And I think there's a smarter way to do it.
Yeah, they don't understand that. Like you and I don't really have a set in stone freaking price target, right?
GameStop is not going to $11. GameStop is not going to $14. But do I think I have a chance to get in at 19 or 19.50 when it's trading at 22? Absolutely. Would I rather pay $19.22? Absolutely. Would I go on a live stream every day and tell you to buy at any price? Absolutely not. Horrible advice. Do real fundamental analysis. Understand how Wall Street's valuing the stock. Get a smarter entry. That's what I'm about. I don't think it's going to $11. I don't think it's going to 4, 7, 11. These guys lie to you about me because they don't want you to learn. Bottom line. They don't want you to become educated. They want you to fucking become part of the, what's the word, mediocre? The cult.
That's it. The Kool-Aid.
They want you to buy it price because they need their bags saved. And I'm not about that. I don't care. I don't have any bags. I've been trading GameStop profitably for 2 years. You choose who you want to listen to. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I don't care what you do. You want to buy and hold? You want to buy at any price? Do what the fuck you want. It does not affect me.
I don't care what you do with your money.
What you do is irrelevant to me.
Yeah, I don't care what you do with your money or where you put your money. That's on you. That's a you problem. You need to care where you put your money and what you do with your money, not me. It is what it is. You want to put it there? You want to, hold that stock? That's on you. Whatever outcome you get is what you asked for.
JP says, hello, I'm in Miami, the most famous mall, Dolphin Mall. They have 2 GameStop stores that are always empty. Go there every Sunday. Hey, I don't know about, it's good to do anecdotal checking, JP. I go check on the GameStops in my area a lot. And sometimes they have customers, sometimes they don't. I talk to the employees that work there, and I talk to them about a lot of things. Like, I'm an investor in GameStop. I trade it. So I want to know, just like you guys do. But just irregardless of that, and oh my gosh, we have a fuck ton of GameStops in my general area, like at least 20 of them within 10 miles of me. And everything is generally positive. However, the company in the most recent 10Q let us know that they're looking at accelerating the closure of stores. So I don't think that is something you should ignore.
Why is everybody getting all offended with me? The Monkey Tamer Ape Heavy says the Kool-Aid Man and his minions are going to be upset with me. For what? I didn't call anybody any. If they're going to take offense because I said Kool-Aid drinkers, I don't know what the fuck to tell them.
Who are the Kool-Aid Man? Mediocre.
I have no idea. I could speculate, but
Anya says Tony showed that GameStop stores are literally across the street from it. We have one in a mall, Anya, here, Lakeline Mall, and literally you could throw a rock and hit the next GameStop store. I don't get that. One of them will be closing. I don't care which one, but they should close stores. They're doing the right things, guys. Don't hate on my message. GameStop's absolutely doing the right thing, closing stores, cutting costs, focusing on the e-commerce business. I'm on board with all of that. But these people lying to you, telling you that falling revenues is bullish, Wall Street does not look at it that way until GameStop makes an announcement of what they want to do with 4.6 billion cash. And I pray to God that I'm on board on the day that happens at the lowest possible cost basis I could get. I want to be there right there with you. And if I don't get the lowest cost basis, if it starts running, I'm going to buy it $29 just like I did in May and then sell it $60.
Tony,
I don't care what price I buy it at, but I'd like to get a cheap price.
Aren't they the premier trading card company now or something like that?
No. I've talked to trading card e-commerce sites. I've talked to trading card brick and mortar sites. They think GameStop is a joke. These people on the GameStop YouTube channels are lying to you about the margins and the revenue. They're lying to you. I spent a week, the people in my Discord can tell you, I spent a week on the fucking street doing my own DD, talking to real people in the industry. It's a fucking joke what these YouTube channels are telling you. They're lying.
Or just read the SEC filings.
They're lying.
From the
what a shocker.
They're hopeful. I get it. You're hopeful. It's a new revenue stream. Beautiful. They are vastly overestimating the contribution. And how do I know that? Because I did my own DD.
I'm an AMC investor. And when people said popcorn was coming out, right away they were overestimating how much money AMC is going to make from popcorn.
AMC people
incremental revenue stream. Yes. Is it good? Yes, but they're not making $1 billion.
It's beautiful to explore new revenue streams, Mike. But 100%. People overestimate the impact. You need to stop fucking doing that because you're going to make bad decisions. You're going to overpay for stock.
But Tony, I bought 40 fucking bags of that popcorn.
I got popcorn expiring in my pantry, mediocre.
Shit. Fuck. I did buy a lot of that popcorn. That's no bullshit. I mean, I'm just.
I try and do keto, mediocre. So I got popcorn that's like past the expiration date in my pantry because I've been going to movies. I can't go to movies 15 days a month and then eat popcorn in my pantry the other 15 days a month. I'll be fucking fat. So
I gave that shit to my fucking kids. I'm like, you want some popcorn? You want some popcorn? Take this shit the fuck out of here.
Anyways, I'm just going to say, guys, like the whole trading card thing, great that they're trying to make inroads in that. I've talked to people in the industry, and I don't want to be overly negative, but they all think GameStop is a joke. And I hope that GameStop proves them wrong. But most of them tell me, like, when you're carrying inventory of thousands of cards, the ones that are going to sell, and the ones that aren't selling are declining in value, and you're going to get fucked on inventory. That's my DD. Prove it wrong.
I just
what do the financial statements say? We'll find out.
I just want information on this special secret plan we got going on. That's all I want.
Maybe they will, mediocre. I hope he has a secret special plan. I hope he does. I'd love to be on board for that.
Me too.
He's doing something, but if all he's got is trading cards, I'm not.
Hey,
excited.
let's say that he's waiting for the market to crash, and then he's going to wait for the valuation of all the competitors to drop, and he's got 4.6 billion in cash, and he's going to go load the boat. Beautiful. How long you got to wait for that, mediocre? Can you give me a timeline?
I don't wait.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
wait.
saying. Can
I'm
you
gonna
tell me
take-
when that's going to happen?
No,
Nobody knows.
Exactly. So it is guesswork. It is speculation. And anybody telling you otherwise, they can't give you a date. Maybe he is sitting on the cash, but what's it going to be? A month, 6 months, a year, 2 years? I don't know.
my
So
problem
I'm not going to go on a live stream every day and tell you tomorrow this stock's going to be worth $50 because I don't know. It's disingenuous. It's dishonest. It is creepy. It's gross to be lying to people every day, telling them this stuff. Just say, one day I believe that something will happen. I got no problem with that. I don't know the timeline. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that, bro. Babe.
So Tony, my problem is like if I had $1,000 and I put it in the bank, I get 3% interest on that money, right?
Let's call it 4.5% mediocre.
Whatever. But if I took that same money and I put it in GameStop or AMC, what am I going to gain?
Mediocre. Let me just throw a scenario out there. You have $4.6 billion and you want to invest it in treasuries where you could throw off 4.5% interest over the next year.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to make $250-ish. Let's say 251 on treasuries from the US government.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a better deal, or investing $4.6 billion in treasuries that are owned by a public company that has a declining revenue core business that has a lot of inherent risk? Which one is the safer play? Just taking your money and investing in treasuries, or investing in a public company which is investing in the same treasuries?
Yeah, why not just invest in the treasuries? It's safer.
Exactly. That's what institutions are doing. They're not investing in GameStop. These fuckers are lying to you. Anyone with brains is just buying the treasuries. They're not buying GameStop. That is a fucking lie. Because when you buy GameStop, you're adding risk. You could get the same return just buying the fucking treasuries.
But why leave your fucking money sitting there idle? I mean, you do what you want.
I don't know, because I believe in Ryan Cohen, mediocre. Hey, that's cool with me. That's cool with me. If you say, again, if you believe in Ryan Cohen, beautiful. Just say that. I have no fundamental analysis that makes sense. I just want to tell you I believe in Ryan Cohen. I will leave you alone. And I wish you luck, and I hope to be there with you if it runs. I hope to be there with you. Stop lying to people about valuation. Bottom line. You want to say we got a speculative play, we got guesswork, we got hope. Hey, beautiful. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
At least if you're holding it, at least do something to generate.
Would I invest 50% of my net worth in that, mediocre? Fuck no.
No.
Because it's guesswork. You're overpaying for something. If you don't believe me, I'm going to show you the math tomorrow. And you don't like math, then don't watch the video. Math is not for everybody. Finance 101 that a high school student could do is not for everybody. I get it. I get it.
Mike, do you believe in math?
I'll be doxxed and insulted and called names because they don't want to talk about math. They just want to talk about hopium. They're grifters. They're pumpers. It's very inconvenient to them to talk about math, mediocre. When I expose them for not knowing shit.
Mike's a math beautician, right, Mike?
Yeah, it's all in my head. I just come up with numbers, make them up, and hopefully they work out.
I hope it does work out. I hope it for everybody that's in GameStop, especially if you're stuck in the red. I hope it works out. 4.6 billion in cash gives a lot of potential. No, I'm not denying that. But have you done the math to see what kind of return is required on investment of that money to generate return on equity or any sort of financial analysis to see what sort of return you'd need to justify the current price? Why is no GameStop YouTuber talking about that? Why do I need to fucking wade in the swamp and talk about that? Why is it on me? Why aren't GameStop people educating folks? Ryan has $4.6 billion. Here's what he would need to invest, and here is the return he would need to generate to justify the current price. They don't want to talk about that because they're lying to you. Please talk about it, because if you don't, I will. And it's not going to go well for you unless Roaring Kitty comes back, in which case we're all going to be fucking rich bros.
But
Let's
Roaring
fucking
Kitty
go!
Tony, Roaring Kitty
Yeah.
didn't have nothing to fucking do with it. What are you talking about? It was market manipulation that caused all that shit.
Oh, Lord.
Roaring
One
Kitty tweets all of a
fucking
sudden.
guy in a fucking meme made that stock run up like that. Get the fuck out of here.
If Roaring Kitty tweets, all of a sudden retail collects about $10 billion and pumps costs AMC and GME for some reason.
I hope he does. Please,
That's
Keith,
market.
come back. We're begging you.
Yeah,
Whether you
Keith.
own GameStop or AMC, Keith, come fucking back, man. We
Just know
want you back.
that was all sarcasm.
Keith, we want you to come back, and ladies and gentlemen, I want you to sell if you get an opportunity to take a profit. I'm not going to be one of those dipshits that tells you to hold to $2,000 on GameStop. Take your fucking profits. When it comes back down, which it will, because it is overvalued, you can rebuy if you love the company. And you can thank me later. You can thank me later. Not later. Knifey says, I'm betting here no one uses Steam. I use Steam. Mediocre, do you use Steam?
Absolutely. Got it right here.
Absolutely, Knifey. That's a bad bet, amigo.
My kids use Steam.
We are gamers, Knifey, despite what the fucking haters tell you.
PC gaming's where it's at.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I said an hour and 15 minutes ago we were going to wrap up in 10 minutes. As we often do, I was incorrect. Mediocre, should we close out? Should we close out with a dance song, or should we just like say peace out? I'm sweating my ass off, Mediocre.
I'm fucking tired, bro. You know.
Woo! Let's
alcohol.
go. Tomorrow's another trading day. This is not the fucking weekend. It's only Tuesday. Mike, thank you for hanging out with us. Mediocre, thank you. Mike, I'm going to let you.
No shit.
The champagne's trying to come
Thank
up.
you.
Mike, I'm going to let you. Mike, I'm going to let you go first. Do you have any closing comments?
None today, Tony. I've made closing comments before. Super happy about the domestic box office. Looking forward to seeing what all the different stocks in the industry post for earnings. And it looks like based on the numbers we have potential for Q4 to be even better. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens at the end of December. Go to the movies, eat some popcorn, even if you're sick of it. It's delicious.
I'm going to go in the middle, and I'm going to let Mediocre close this out. I'm going to say, please go watch my video that I posted before this live stream. And thank you for joining us in our celebration of the Q3 box office. This was not a company-specific live stream. It was a celebration of me being wrong about the Q3 box office targets. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hopefully you had fun. We'll see you in the morning for trading. Good luck in your trading week. Mediocre, take us home.
Thank every one of you for watching tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. It was supposed to be funny. If you didn't take it as funny, I don't know what to tell you, but also educational. Hit the like and subscribe. Go over to my channel, hit the like and subscribe, and do the same for Mike.
Mediocre's channel is Mediocre Trader on YouTube. Mine is Tony Denaro, but you already know that because you're here. Mike, do you have a YouTube or you have X?
No, I am not a scummy YouTuber. I leave that to you guys. You guys do better at it. I do have an X. You'll find me around commenting on Tony's posts, so feel free to follow me.
What's your X handle, Mike?
At Mike VOGR.
At
on Twitter.
Mike VOGR. All right, go give him a follow, guys. If you're not following Mike, I appreciate your time, Mike, and your optimism about the movie industry and your support. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. We love you. We want to see you all be successful, and no matter what ticker or stock you're in, feel free to hit us up with questions. As long as you're a decent human being, we love to talk to you. Take care.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. I send the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast.